Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Number 1 Ohio State visits number 15 Michigan in the 121st playing of the game Saturday at noon. Ohio State with a win could snap a 4-game losing skid to the Wolverines and clinch its first Big Ten title game appearance since 2020. Live pregame coverage of the Fan begins at 6:30 a.m. In the top 25 today, number 7 Ole Miss at Mississippi State, number 13 Utah at Kansas, number 4 Georgia at number 13 Georgia Tech, number 2 Indiana at Purdue, number 3 Texas A&M at number 13 Texas Tech. College basketball, Ohio State visits Pittsburgh at 7. Fan warm-up show begins at 7. Bears visit the Eagles in the NFL at 3. This update sponsored by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck at Roosters locations or at roosterswings.com.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at Division? Yeah, in the office, baby. Going out.
All right, here we go. The show before the game. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Loose Cannon Boys. How you feeling? Thanks. Post-Thanksgiving?
Feeling good. How can you not feel good after hearing that intro and after what you just said? Let's go, AR. Black Friday has arrived. I'm ready to do some irresponsible shopping online after the show and finding deals all over the place. But it's a good day, man. It's a good day, not only because of what we're going to talk about a lot, all the good sports happening today, college basketball, college football, NFL at 3 o'clock. Like, let's go, man. It's time to rock.
I will tell you, when you led with college hoops, I felt like, not me. Like, I feel like there's enough NFL and college football to carry me. And then, obviously, the Jackets play tonight against the Penguins. But it does feel like that it's unless you're one of those people that just, I need a break. I need a break from it all. Let me just kind of kick back with little hoops, maybe a little more casual, something I don't need to be biting my nails over a game upon. But, man, it is on, and it feels – I will tell you how I felt about the Ohio State-Michigan game all year and then how I feel about it this week. So everything we've talked about this week and everything I've heard being talked about this week about Ohio State and Michigan is this. Everything that I've said and that you've said and other people have said about Michigan is football related. How can they beat Ohio State? How can they stay in that game with Ohio State? And everything that's being said about Ohio State is, boy, those last few years, I'm worried. I'm nervous. Like, everything gets me nervous. Like, there's nothing about football that when people are talking about Ohio State, it's all mental. And when everything is being said about Michigan, it's all about football. And I know why. It's just because rivalry games are different, and you go with the trend. And I think people are buying into the trend that Michigan has Ohio State's number, that between the years – that if something goes wrong in this game for Ohio State, it's then times 10. And if something goes wrong in this game for Michigan, it was supposed to go wrong. Like, it feels like that's what they're battling this week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it probably isn't penetrating the program over there. And we'll have Bobby Carpenter on today at 12:30. We've got a lot going on today. We'll have Brady Quinn at 2:30. We'll get his objective view of the game because he'll be on Big Noon for it tomorrow. But are you getting that vibe that most of the talk, not every last word, but I mean just the generalities of this year's game is being built upon that, boy, if Michigan's going to win, this is how they got to do it. They better run Bryce Underwood 25 times. They better not turn it over. They better somehow get to 17 or 20 points to even have a chance. Like, somehow they have to find the football reasons to win, and Ohio State has to find the mental reasons to win.
I think that's rooted in, for some of Buckeye Nation, hearing and seeing for 4 years in a row that Ohio State was the favorite and they were supposed to win, and they haven't won. And so when you keep digging in on, or we keep talking about, and a lot of people, and rightfully so, actually talking about the ball on the field, you can only hear so much of that, I think, year in and year out, until you start going the other way and start believing in, well, maybe Michigan just got some weird kind of voodoo magic going on and just has these just weird Doctor Strange tricks they can do against Ohio State. And I can understand why people lean that way mentally right now, especially after last year. Because last year was this should be easy. We got them at home. Their offense is a mess. And then it obviously didn't go their way. So I think, AR, if I had to guess, that's what this is. This is now the 5th year in a row where everybody is being told that Ohio State is the better team. They've got this, they've got that. They should get it done. And the 4 years prior to this one, it hasn't gone their way when they've been hearing similar things. I think that's what it is. And some of the responses that you've been getting from Buckeye fans, that they're leaning into some of the things that we really can't even identify yet. We don't know where the mental space is for either team right now. We won't know until they kick that thing off at high noon tomorrow. And I cannot wait to get there. But all the X and O stuff that we talked about all week long and all year long, I think should bring Buckeye fans a lot of confidence in who this team is, and especially who this defense has been all year long. And that's going to travel. That will travel. And Matt Patricia has shown you all year that he's got something for quarterbacks that they're not comfortable with dealing with. And I also won't be surprised if he's got a trick or two up his sleeve, AR, that he hasn't shown yet.
Against good quarterbacks, even. Like, this is not – I know Bryce Underwood is talented, but, man, to put the game on his arm is going to be really tough for Michigan. And I've said last week that if the weather's supposed to be really cold and, I don't know, maybe a little bit some precip in the air – that should lend to the better defense. Okay, so maybe it grounds Ohio State offense a little bit into a lower form of what they were in like a beautiful sunny day in September. Like, okay, maybe I understand that. And that's probably why the over-under is where it is in the low 40s. And they don't expect Ohio State to be able to score 38 against Michigan unless the thing just gets lopsided or you get turnovers or you get a defensive score. Like, you could have all of that. Yeah. I love it. I've convinced myself over the years that I like to look at it from an X and O standpoint, but I know that is not the way it turns out a lot of the time, and that's what makes a beautiful rivalry is the stuff you can't predict. I was reading today about all the reasons that Michigan could pull an upset, and a lot of it is, weather-related, home, rushing game, the fact that Ohio State still has an undefeated season, and it's hard to go undefeated. In the last several years, and you pointed this out the other day, that quarterbacks for Ohio State have thrown a couple picks in this game.
3 years in a row, Kyle McCord, C.J. Stroud, Will Howard, all two interceptions each. So 6 picks for Michigan over 3 games, and the turnover battle's gone their way, and you can make a case as to that's the reason why these games have gone their way in the form of wins.
So we'll see if Wink Martindale loads the box and baits some throws from saying, will it matter? Who knows? This is Bryce Underwood's time, too, to go up against the number 1 team in America as a true freshman. And it's not something that I take lightly. I'm not coming into the game going, because all the stuff we say is pretty factually correct that Ohio State's the better team in most areas. Like, I just keep leaning into that. And so if the better team is constantly not winning, then of course I understand why the fans are saying it's mental. Like, because that would be the reason. The Connor Stalions effect in this streak is something. It's more than I think people want to talk about, because it sounds like sour grapes when you bring it up. It sounds like, oh, you're whining about, but that was a big deal. And it was a big deal for them. Yeah. And I think most people, even objective people, would say they leaned into an area that lacked integrity. Not that justified a competitive edge, that they just outworked Ohio State off the field with Connor Stalions, and they found a way to build a better mousetrap. Like, that's not what that was. That's to me, that's a guy sitting at the blackjack table knowing what card is coming next. It'd be pretty impossible not to make money. And so I think that's baked into this, but it doesn't mean that this team isn't carrying that pressure. I do. I remember saying at the beginning of the year that, like, this was the team. Like, what are you selling this team? You're not really selling them, hey, the team previous won the Natty. You guys have the pressure of defending the national title. That was never really a part of it for me. What I was selling was last year's team, despite winning the Natty, lost to the biggest rival. You guys have a chance to be the team that flips that. Like, you're the team that could start this. And they'll be talking about you in 2025 as the team that flipped it. Like, that's what you have.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we are. The other thing you have this week, tradition-wise, so Woody Hayes has been, gone since 1987. And I remember telling, when our program director, Fish, first got here, I said, you can still call him.
Hit him up.
He's like, wait a minute. What do you mean you can still
like
call
the hotline blank?
Right. You know what? He's been very spiritual. He sends his best from the grave. So his old home number that I believe was I feel like it was a Upper Arlington prefix or maybe somewhat on the border of Grandview there. And so we were talking about this before the show, and I'm wondering if his answering machine is still on. Like, do they keep this thing on?
Yeah.
So he continues to kind of, for people that haven't, Woody had a kind of a little bit of just had an incredible, interesting accent, and also had a little bit of a lisp going, but he was so fiery in the way he spoke and the passion that he spoke with. And so we told TLC to call this. We want you to call this number. I gave you this number, right? Okay, so you're going to call this number that belonged to Woody Hayes during his years in Upper Arlington, and let's see if he's still putting out the pep talk for the team.
This ball game will boil down to three things. Number one, the team that hits the hardest and the longest, the team that starts the fastest, and the team is too damn smart to make mistakes. It's too smart to make mistakes, and that team will win without any question. If you take it to them, if you don't make mistakes, and you keep taking it to them, hell, there's no question who will win. There's no question who will win. Now let's go out and do it. Let's go.
That's a good one. We can leave a message. Woody, well done. All the years, 27 years, 5 natties. You took this rivalry to another level, and hopefully it will continue and flip tomorrow. We'll get after it today. We got a big NFL slate that starts today, so we'll lay that out next against the spread. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Have you already started your tailgate? Us too. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you, in Hilliard and Westerville.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
It's Happy Honda Days and Black Friday savings together at Germain Honda of Dublin. Strike now because through December 1st, get 0% APR up to 60 months on new Hondas. And you're even going to get 90 days until your first payment on both new and used vehicles. Rich has hundreds of vehicles in stock. The selection has never been better. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270. In-stock units only, not valid on prior sales. With approved credit, must qualify through primary lender. See dealer for details.
Change things up this year and leave that dusty boxed Christmas tree in the crawl space and get a live Christmas tree from Oakland Nursery. They're beautiful and you can plant them after the season. Alberta spruce start at just $19.99. Norway spruce start at just $9.99. Decorative pine roping, just $26.99 for a 25-foot coil. Live wreaths start at $17.99. Fresh greens start at $2.99 a bundle, and poinsettias from $6.99 each. Since 1940, Christmas has started at Oakland Nursery.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, and player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Oh, this week it's Rivalry Week, or as we like to call it, Beat Michigan Week, or Try Not to Get Pepper Sprayed Week. Rivalry Week sounds better. Let's go with that.
Rivalry Week on the Fan is sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Ryan Day's proven he has what it takes to win a natty, but can he take control of the biggest rivalry in sports? Will Julian Sayin or Jeremiah Smith have a Heisman moment? Will the Fan staff consume 500 wings in a single setting? Let's find out together. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll have a chance for scattered flurries and isolated snow showers throughout the day. Otherwise, skies will be partly sunny with daytime highs getting in the mid to upper 30s. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows down into the teens and low 20s. For Saturday, we do have a slight chance of snow showers in the afternoon. Otherwise, clouds will be increasing and daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice NFL picks.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. Tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
So yesterday, when we're doing the Thanksgiving games, I told you guys
yesterday
or Wednesday. The games were yesterday, but on Wednesday when we picked them, we were texting yesterday, all of us anyway. So every dog won outright yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you guys on Thanksgiving, taking the points.
Tradition continues.
It seems, but all of them won outright.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy day.
Yeah. All right, lay it out for us.
All right, it's getting started today. We didn't have Thursday night football from Amazon, so we got Black Friday football from Amazon. Bears at Eagles, Eagles -7, 3 o'clock. We're the warm-up show.
So it sounds like too many points. I think most people would say that's too many points. The Bears are playing well. Philly's kind of, Philly doesn't run away from anybody offensively. Like 7 seems like a lot. So that spread is smelly to me. Like something's wrong there. And I started to look into this, and I feel like that the Bears are on a historic run, Maddie, of turnover luck. They are. Like, they lead the NFL at +16. All right? That's better than a 65% fumble recovery rate. Like, the statistics seem to be... Now, you could buy into the trend and say, hey, well, it's working. They're getting them. They'll get more today. But I just think that line is smelly to me because it makes me want to jump on the Bears. And I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to take Philly.
I like where Caleb Williams is at right now with his game, especially what he's doing with his legs this year, averaging over 5 a pop. I would expect, maybe not expect, but I hope to see him use his legs more in this game. So hopefully Ben Johnson dials this up. What I like about the Bears is they're first in the NFL in turnovers. And so for an offense right now, for what?
No, that's exactly everything that
on defense. I like where they're at, right? And they're going up against an offense in Philly that has been hit or miss all year. I think they can keep this thing close. Give me the Bears in those points.
1 o'clock slate on Sunday. Channel 10 has San Francisco in Cleveland. San Fran -4.5.
Get your wrist up. Get your wrist up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm buying into it. West Coast team coming across the country. And I love me some Shedeur Sanders. As Deion Sanders said, I'm going wrist up, dog pound. Let's get the party started in the Muni lot.
I do love me some Shedeur Sanders, don't believe that.
Good night.
This 1 week of practice. So imagine you know what a full offseason look like.
I'll be in Canton. You're not wrong to take the points, especially with the weather that's coming. We better get going if we want to stay ahead of the weather. You're giving me 5?
4.5.
4.5?
Yep.
Dangerous.
In a game that's totaled in the 30s, I have to take it. I don't love it, but I'm going to take it.
And Miles I think he's breaking the record. I think he's breaking the sack record this year. I think he gets a couple more this week.
Curious one. Texans are in Indianapolis. Colts only a 3.5-point favorite.
It's because of that defense and the fact that we now know that Danny Jones is playing on a fractured leg or something.
Yep.
So they're getting, and the boost comes from CJ. This is a CJ boost for sure. But, quarterbacks in their first game back out of concussion protocol have kind of underperformed. And I think I'm going to buy low on the Colts.
Okay.
It feels weird against that defense, but that spread's pretty low for a team that I believe is better, so give me the Colts.
The AFC South has a chance to get really interesting in the next few weeks, right? They get Jacksonville twice. They get Houston twice. I just love the pass rushing ability for the Houston Texans with both Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, top 5 in the league in sacks. I'm going to roll with that. Give me the 3.5. I'm going with H-Town.
Jaguars -6 in Nashville.
Yes.
That's how I felt about watching my team last night, TLC. Man, it's just hard for me, AR, to believe in anything the Titans are doing right now. I think Cam Ward will be a guy long term, but right now it's just been a rough ride for them. I'll lay the 6 and roll with the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's too bad this isn't a touchdown or a little more, because then I would definitely take the Titans, because I think they've actually improved in some areas, and they're not like an easy kick to the curb kind of team right now. And I don't think Jacksonville's that trusting, but because if they were laying a touchdown on the road in a divisional game, I would not love that. But less than a touchdown, I got to take the Jags.
Rams -10. That's a lot. On the road in Carolina. If the Panthers win, they'll have a better record than the Chiefs.
Crazy. That's wild what he just said.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Well,
but they won't.
They won't. The Rams they have an MVP quarterback right now.
Yes, they do.
And I think that's enough said. I think that maybe the Panthers go a little poof here finally, and the fun little story that they've become ends. I'm going to lay it.
Yeah, it's just, you mentioned the guy. Stafford's been on a heater all year, one of the best arm talent I think the league has ever seen. Love watching that dude spin the rock, and then you pair that with a defense that's pretty lights out and second in the league in turnovers. Give me the Rams.
All right, let's move on to the Falcons, who are 2.5-point favorites in MetLife Stadium playing the Jets. The Jets have yet to have an interception all year long.
If it wasn't for the Saints and the Dolphins playing this week, this would be probably the worst game on the schedule. I'm going to go with the Falcons, lay the 2.5. I like their defense, their young pass rushers up front. I'm rolling with Kirk Cousins in the game. And ATL.
Where's this game again?
This is in Gotham City.
Yeah, see, that's the difference. I'm just playing Costanza here. I'm going opposite. It just feels like the NFL is going to NFL again this week, so give me the Jets.
Cards at Bucks -3.
Cards at Bucks.
This is the one to take the points, I think, just because of the health of Tampa Bay. Like Baker, don't know if he's playing or not.
I don't know. The Cardinals injury report isn't much better. It's not good.
I know, but
either way,
Baker out. That's a big deal.
Teddy
Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves in the house.
Teddy.
All right. I think Tampa. Like I said, I'm going the opposite of my gut. Give me Tampa.
Give me the 3, TLC. I'll roll with one of your family members, and I'll take the Cardinals.
There we go. I'll be there for their next game. Saints at Dolphins. Dolphins minus 5.5.
Worst game of the week. Just nasty work right here.
I mean, this is a pretty fair line, probably.
Kind of had some Dion in your voice. Just nasty.
I don't know what's going on today. I got a little rasp going on. But I do love me some Shador Sanders.
The Dolphins are coming off of a bye. I like that.
Like that,
Give me a little A-Chan.
Okay.
Give me a little A-Chan. Let's ride that to victory.
Your fantasy team needs it. The dude is explosive. And just, look, Chris Olave, quiet. Pretty good year down there in New
very
Orleans
good year
for him. So good to see him.
Was a little questionable this week.
For sure, right?
Not
good to
positive
see.
He's all good this week.
Because he had the concussion stuff going on last year. I'm glad he's been able to go out there and play a nice amount of games this year. I'll lay the 5.5 and roll with the Dolphins.
Once again, the local Fox affiliate has the Vikings game. Vikings at Seahawks. Seahawks minus 11.5.
So we were texting the other day, and AR made me aware that my guy, Desmond Ridder, is a Minnesota Viking. TLC, I don't know what it was. I've always liked him. Liked him at Natty.
Really?
I thought
him.
I thought he was going to be somebody. Obviously, that hasn't been the case. But AR and I are living well.
Still a chance.
He's got Max Brosmer. I've got Desmond Ridder. I am going to take the 11.5 in this game.
This is one I stay away from. A little insight into the pressure cooker. You know who's going in it. And I just feel like against that defense, first start ever, this is a Darnold revenge game. Let's not forget that.
They don't have tape on them.
Let's not forget that. I'm rooting for it.
They don't have tape on them.
But I'm staying away. They got preseason tape on them. I would say I'm taking Seattle.
Great.
Might be a defensive score in this game.
Great. I get to listen to Tony Romo talk about my team. Bills minus 3 in Pittsburgh.
You go, Jim.
I don't think I would take the under in this game as well. I think they're going to have some weather issues. Low scoring game. Aaron is back.
Don't know, honestly.
I assume.
Yeah.
Bills are only minus 3.
All right, let's go the opposite. Give me Pittsburgh in the 3.
That Pittsburgh defensive line, that unit up front, still getting after people, man. 5th in the league in sacks. That'll work all day and tomorrow. Bills, don't know how high their ceiling is this year. I'm going to take the 3 and roll with Pittsburgh at home. I think they can make it a gritty game. And they can get it done.
Yeah, Rodgers is projected fantasy points. Let's go to Raiders at Chargers. Chargers minus 9.5.
So Chip Kelly out as the offensive coordinator for the Raiders after that nasty game against the Browns a week
those reports
ago.
are disgusting, too.
Man, I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one and lay the 9.5. Tough defense for Geno to go up against in L.A., so I'll go with them.
We fired an $18 million offensive coordinator. I'm going to go with the Chargers off the bye.
Let's go to Sunday Night Football. Last one, Broncos minus 5.5, being hosted by Traylon Burks' Commanders.
Traylon Burks.
I think even the hope of Jaden coming back probably won't energize it enough. Give me the Bronx.
Yep, I'm going to lay the 5.5, roll with the Broncos as well. Their offensive line just mauls people, man. Love that unit. I think they have all 5 of their starting offensive linemen signed to an extension. So, you know, Sean Payton's loving that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Bo Nix and the gang out in Washington.
All right, 2 minutes. We come back with the legend Bobby Carpenter, and we'll pick his brain on the game. 2 minutes, don't go anywhere. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Toyota Thon-is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like the best-selling Toyota Camry. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Camrys. Or lease a new 26 Camry LE for $269 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Rossman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Their live golf team name is Ice Dogs. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, inching closer. And those inches right in front of your face is well known to this man. He's played in the rivalry. He's had emotional heartbreak. He's had great times. And he's with us now. He's the one and only Bobby Carpenter on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Well, my man, we have arrived. Let me ask you this right out of the gate. Some Buckeye fans are worried based on the trend that's going on with the losing streak. You don't see that ever seep into the program, do you? Like, did they hear that?
I think last year, Roth and those guys had probably heard it a little more. And, part of it is when you get guys, a guy like Jack Sawyer, who's one of the leaders in the class, who had been here, Hamilton, like guys who are from this area, the Ohio guys, especially the Central Ohio guys. I mean, I think they just wanted to win it so bad. And, I always make the mice and men reference with Lenny and the rabbits, talking about the rabbits, George. And you squeeze those rabbits so hard that sometimes you just squeeze the life out of them. And that's interesting. I think that this rivalry's gone through some runs. Obviously, through Bruce, it was very back and forth. And then all of a sudden, Coop gets here. Obviously, it swings in the 90s. Trust comes in, swings back. Urban keeps it rolling. Harbaugh has it going. And then the 2020 no game, I think, kind of reset it a little bit in its own right. And so I'm hoping this year that while they didn't win last year, if you listen to Ryan this week and, being around the team, just seeing, I think, listen, we're going to do what we do. We understand that this is a big game. We know the emotional significance of it, the importance of it, but you've got to kind of own it your way. And, Trust handled it way differently than Urban did. And I always said Ryan, I think, is a little more Trust than he is Urban. And I think he's kind of leaned into that now. And there's a certain confidence about it that I don't think has been there before, to where, we're good as long as we go take care of business and just keep – he talked about building that foundation. They've built it for 11 weeks, and now it's time to stand on it.
I said this to Maddie earlier in the week that I hear the confidence in Ryan's voice and the press conferences. I said to Maddie that I feel like winning the national championship last year has given him a lot of peace of mind. And if he doesn't win it last year, I don't know if he sounds exactly the same this week. Maybe it would weigh more. Do you agree that winning the Natty, being the last team standing, getting to the top of the mountain, all of that gives him a little mental edge going into this year?
Absolutely it did. And I think you can feel that. You can sense it right after the game, obviously, and through the off season. But now I think a big piece of it is this is something that has been weighing on him, and been the kind of the one unchecked box in his resume. And honestly, it has something to do. I feel like we need to get the hold of Jack Park to confirm this. But Rothman, I don't know any other coach in Ohio State history that their first two victories against Michigan could both be on the road, which would be something that's kind of unheard of, because you always talk about, being at home and away and how that matters so much in the significance. But, he won in 19, no game 2020, obviously the last four. But if he was able to pull this off, that'd be something that'd be pretty unprecedented.
Bobby, where do you think we're at with the availability of Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith?
I feel pretty good about Jeremiah playing. I think, and you heard him on the podcast with Caleb and his brother. Jeremiah didn't want to come out of the game 2 weeks ago. He wanted to play last week. He's got Rothman. I mean, a bruise on the leg's a long way from the heart. Get your gear on. You know what? Get your street clothes on. I mean, he's a dog, dude. Like, they always talk about how he's just the most competitive and how Mick gave Max Clare to him to basically, like, make him tough. Like, don't wear Max Clare out all off season. Turn him in a Boilermaker into a Buckeye. And so I think he'll be good, unless there's something that happened, at the end of the week. Like, I think he'll be good to go. I think Carnell, I think he was trending in the right direction. Ryan heard it. I mean, he's a guy that, I've heard the narrative, like, he's sitting out, to protect his draft stock and anything. I'd say this, like, Carnell loves this program, and I don't ever want to speak for the guy, but, with the passing of his mother, a while ago, like a year and a half ago, whatever, 2 years, like, I mean, Ryan is uniquely equipped to handle those situations because of what he's dealt with in his own life.
Yeah.
I mean, Carnell is a Buckeye, dude, and I'm telling you, if he can be out there and he will help the team play, he will be out there. And I feel less confident with him just because of the nature of what it is, but I think that there's a good shot that he's out there too.
So if they do have to live in a world where Carnell doesn't play, who in your mind becomes the most important pass catcher after Jeremiah Smith?
I think the guy you saw last week on the field. People are like, man, it'd be nice if Max Clark had done this every week. I'm like, so what? They could have another 100 yards passing? Like, you can only throw the ball to one person at a time. And I think Max Clare, like, getting him going last week and showing what he can look like in the middle of the field is a huge, huge deal. So I'm really excited. I think it would be him and then probably Ennis right after that. But I think Max Clare can really patrol the middle in a big way.
Made a big emphasis on this week, that this team has not had to force it really. Like, they've taken what defenses have given them. Yet the mindset from last year is that they coached timid in this game and didn't unleash the guys. Is that something that he has to balance going into this tomorrow, walking that tightrope of that I have regrets from last year on how I coached the game? However, I don't need to do that per se.
I think last year, you said there's so much around it. It's win a national championship and all this Tyler bust. And that probably permeated in there. I think, Ryan, like, they're going to call the game just like they've been doing it all year. And I honestly, one thing, though, they've played really slow, and I think they did that because that's how Michigan played last year, to know that they can play that and play that methodical way and win low-scoring games and rely on their defense. I think there'll be a lot of that. But there also will be, it wouldn't surprise you because you've heard him say, because we can put down the gas when we need to. And I think there'll be a series or two where if they get that first down, they're going to go up-tempo, and they're going to go try to put it on them quick. And so the oscillating back and forth. But I think that he's been kind of freed of all of that, the restrictions from last year. The weather is going to be cold, but I don't think it's going to be like windy. I think it should be pretty nice. And so I don't think there'll be any reason for them not to be able to go be aggressive.
So this defense for Ohio State's been lights out all year long. And looking at Bryce Underwood and what he's done this year, how aggressive do you think Patricia's going to be in coming after him in this game?
Well, being aggressive coming after him is interesting. So I don't think you just have to bring 5, 6, 7 guys. You look at what they've done. They've done a lot of unique pressures where, they'll show 6, they'll bring 4, but which 4 is it, or bring 5 and still be able to drop back and play in coverage. I know this, they're going to want to keep him in a box. You don't want him getting to the side. And the good news is you've got Arvell and Sonny. They're really good. You've got Kenyatta and Caden. Those guys are good. And then I think you'll probably get a lot of Peyton Pierce in this game, too, just depending on the availability of Lorenzo Styles and then also the personnel and matchups. You're going to see the full Matt Patricia show on display. And, people have kind of said it. If Ohio State scores 17 points, they're going to win. And I think that holds true again in this game. And I don't want to say keeping them in single digits, but this seems like a game where Matt Patricia – and he brought this up too. Let's not forget his experience with, the Detroit region when he was the coach up there. So I think there's an element of him that's going to want to go put on a show. And, I think it'd be fitting if you put on a great defensive show. If you put Matt Patricia on your shoulders and carry him off the field in front of the state of Michigan and all Detroit to see.
Bob, and like in Rudy, in the end scene when Notre Dame comes out, it's the same kind of tunnel area there at Notre Dame where they're staring at the Georgia Tech team that's coming out in the movie. And obviously you lived it in Ohio State, Michigan, and knowing that the locker rooms are across from each other and in and out through the same tunnel of love. How do you feel about that? What was your experience with that?
You know, it's funny because I remember it being the case. I remember them being out there and always just, chirping and yelling stuff, and they always had their door open and, back and forth. And to me, it was like, I guess I wasn't like a big trash talker. It's like, we'll shut them up when we get to the field. We'll come up this ramp with them one more time at half, and then at the end of the game, they can be sad dogging walking out of there. And people were talking about the flag plants and all that crap. I'm like, dude, no flag planting, none of this. The best victory is to watch them walk out of there with their heads hanging down, and 100,000 people have to walk out through. My dad did the math, Rod. There's 40 entrances into that hellhole up there. So you have 2,500 people that have to get in and out of every one on average. So it takes a long time to do that walk of shame that you know so well out of there on Saturday afternoon.
I'll find a nice hotel lobby couch to sleep on. I'm industrial. Like I'm a very industrious fellow. I can perfectly find a comfortable couch to sleep on if I need to.
I know you are, and listen, it's been rubbing off on Cole. He was very polite. He's like, switching up some stuff this week. He goes, thanks for doing this on a Friday. I said, Rothman would have it no other way.
Boys, I don't want to speak ill of your mother here on Christmas, but you have a great rest of the weekend, my man, and say hey to the family and enjoy, and hopefully we'll be doing exactly what you're talking about, celebrating tomorrow afternoon. Thanks, bud.
Well, listen, Maddie, the bigger question is you just got to keep Rothman on that little anxiety leash next week. He's going to have conflict. He never probably thought he'd be in a situation
ever
should everything work out where he'd have to choose his adopted Buckeyes or his beloved Hoosiers, but this could get real dicey.
Maybe we get him one of those split jerseys. Was it AJ? But back in the day, like the Hoosier Buckeye jersey, we'll split it in half for him. How about we do that?
Yes. I like that.
Hey, you guys are looking past Purdue right now, and I don't like it.
The old Oaken bucket. Kurt Signetti, he's already filled that Oaken bucket full of beers, and they're getting ready to chug those things down.
I enjoy it. All right, my man. Be well. Have a great afternoon.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
One and only Bobby Carpenter with us here on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We do overs and unders into the weekend next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan. And those inches right in front of your face is well known to this man.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. Are you ready for the best Black Friday truck deals? Head over to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, where the savings are happening all month long. You can lease a brand new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 for just $349 a month for 24 months with only $1,000 due at signing. Or if financing is more your style, grab it for just $679 a month for 84 months for qualified buyers. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, select 6 to 8 ounce varieties of Kroger cheese are on sale. 3 for $5 when you buy 3 with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
From moving compliance targets to shifting regulations, the pressure to stabilize is growing.
At Plant Moran, we help you meet complexity with confidence. We cut through the noise and give you the tools to act, ground your planning in insights, and tailored tax strategies from senior specialists so the next step you take is on solid footing. Don't chase stability, lead with it. Plant Moran. Stability, period.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday for good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Save on remote starters, window tint, and all things car audio. Dash cams, Apple CarPlay, and more. Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or columbuscaraudio.com.
Want to have an impact on your community?
Join the Franklin County Sheriff's Office.
It's one of the highest paying law enforcement agencies in Ohio.
Make change happen in the community,
in the lives of others,
and in your own life.
Apply at sheriff.franklincountyohio.gov.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Rick Germain called me and said, Mikey, we need you back at Germain Nissan. The dealership misses you. People are forgetting how awesome Nissans are. I'm a dude that's owned pretty much every Nissan under the sun, and I'm excited to go back in and get my hands dirty. On top of Black Friday savings this weekend only, you get a free 55-inch TV with the purchase of any new or pre-owned vehicle in stock. Must take delivery 11/28 to 12/1. Germain Nissan, 4300 Morse Road. They're expecting you. I'm expecting you. GermainNissan.com.
Bishop and Friends.
I walk in the locker room and the lights are off and these idiots are like just doing stupid crap. And as I open the door, the first kid I see is NBC.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, TLC, what do you got cooked up for overs and unders?
I got some here for you. So, first of all, I want to know, this, I guess, is a little derivative of Tell the Truth. How many quarters of NFL football did you watch yesterday? Over, under 8.5?
Play the siren for yourself. Derivative?
Play
Are you for real? Play it.
Are you for real? All right, let me go.
Yeah, derivative? Yeah, that deserves it.
Derivative.
Yep.
Big word alert.
Big word alert.
Yeah.
Big word alert. Doing some sort of quantifying back there that I'm not really sure about.
Oh, my goodness.
What slope and tangent of the graphic are you deriving from? All right, so what... oh, no, I watched pretty much every...
12 for 12?
I can't tell you that I watched every second of every game.
But it was on.
But I would say that there wasn't a play in any quarter that I would have missed.
No, I was locked into all 12. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything. Just chilling out yesterday.
You weren't like driving between houses and missed a quarter?
No, I didn't have to bounce around at all.
It's too cold out.
In one place. So I was locked in, and then it wasn't until I watched the Bengals just straight belt to ass my Ravens yesterday that I moved on to something else.
What is that?
Belt to ass?
Yeah, BTA.
Of the Ravens.
That's unreal. He had the cool unis on and everything. They're wearing the orange helmets with the white uniforms, which is a horrible combination. You're gonna go.
Whoa, hold on. We're slandering the Bengals uniforms in that one.
The Ravens.
The Bengals look great.
It was the orange helmets with the white unis is not the way to go.
I'm not
going to go orange with the black unis and the white stripes with the white.
I like the orange with the white. I like it. I like the orange with the white.
I don't.
Now, the Ravens uniforms was a debate topic in the group chat.
I was here for them.
We had some split decisions going on.
I liked them. Like that. That was the only thing I liked watching that game yesterday. But yeah, your question, I got all 12.
Wait, but weren't you eating it all during the games?
Yeah, but it was eating
TV
and watching.
Well,
what do you think I'm doing?
Weren't we eating and just looking at people and talking to them?
My dining room in my parents' house, their dining room, I should say, is not like right next to the TV. So if you have a certain spot at the table, you can kind of see it off in the distance. Gotcha. And so you kind of got to like make the seating arrangement in your favor.
Brutal.
And so I did get up to change. What?
No, I'm just saying there's not
a living room, right?
Well, I think Thanksgiving is for you take the plate where you need to take it.
Well, some people like sit and talk to their families, and even so, I try to keep that to a minimum because the game's on.
I wanted to bring this up to you guys.
I at least talk to him for a little bit.
Because you know us as men, we really don't have like a whole bunch of days that are for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like Valentine's Day really isn't for us. Like, it really isn't.
Yeah.
Is Thanksgiving our day?
Hell, weddings aren't for us, bro. I heard Nicole Sheeran say one time, she goes, let's be honest, weddings are really about the bride more so than the groom. And I'm like, it sure looks like it.
She's probably not wrong.
She's not horribly wrong. I don't know if you should take offense at that.
Oh, no, I agreed with her.
Oh, okay.
This goes back to my whole point about all the women stealing the shine from the person who gets engaged.
We had quite the debate after a show for like a half hour after the show one day about that. But
wait, that last part I didn't understand.
No, remember?
I know, but that last part of what you just said. Say it again.
Okay, when a girl gets engaged, all of her friends swoop in, and now it's a big Instagram moment for the soon-to-be bride and all of her friends. And no one even remembers who the soon-to-be groom is because he got boxed out and he's not in any of the Instagram pictures.
I don't think they forget who he is.
It does sound like you're a little upset about it.
I mean, it didn't happen to me. I'm not engaged.
Yeah.
But when
observations of society.
When eventually you do, are you going to be upset that you're not in the old IG photos?
I'm going to have to go on my own FaceTime.
Yeah.
I have to FaceTime all my friends.
Okay.
And then put it on my own Instagram story.
All right,
no one else will be celebrating me.
We will. All the games are very good. All the games came down, obviously, until the last one that wasn't really a game, although
nasty.
They were all good games.
Yeah. Good day, man. It's a good day. What's next, TLC?
Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. Well, you guys saw all 12 quarters, apparently. So I'm sure that you saw that in the Bengals-Ravens game, they threw up a playoff graphic that had the Browns in the hunt. So, Browns playoff chances over under 5% in your mind.
I got to go under. Like, I just have to go under.
What percentage did you give us?
I said 5% is the over-under for them to make the playoffs. They're in the hunt, apparently.
They are currently the 13th seed in the AFC. Now,
not zero.
Well, here's the thing. Bengal fans are waking up today.
Is Shador leading a playoff charge?
Feeling like we got some hope at 4-8.
You heard him.
Browns are 3. Their problem is they're 0-4 in the division. That's their problem. So it's got to be below 5% because they haven't won a divisional game yet.
If there was a 12-team situation in the AFC, right? I was going to say
they'd have a chance.
They would be the debatable team in the committee room
for sure.
Like, are they 12 or 13? That would probably be it.
Yeah. Well, remember, because they didn't have their starting quarterback for the first 8-9 games, whatever it was.
So here's the deal. Let's put it in plain numbers. If they win out, they're 9-8, correct?
Yes.
So what percentage would 9-8 give them? The percentage of going 9-8 is not
5%.
Is slim.
Yeah.
And then if they are 9-8, do they get in? To answer your question, under 5%.
That's where I'm at. Yep.
If you combine the two of the derivatives.
If I said variant, would that have been more acceptable? Okay.
That's borderline. It probably wouldn't have deserved a siren.
All right. And then let's do one more here. The highest over-under in the NFL this weekend is going to be Giants-Patriots. The Giants played a very high over-under game last week against Detroit.
That's interesting. I don't think I would have guessed that game.
No.
I'm going to go with the under. Jackson Dart coming back for his first game. That might be a little clunky. Give me the under on that.
Giants have been eliminated. They're not even the Browns. Like, their math is
They're
zero.
not in the hunt.
Yeah, so I don't know where the motivation is to score a lot of points. Yeah. So I'll take the under. Yeah. All right, top of the hour, we got a fan sports update in, and Nick Saban has a little bit of a problem with a certain section of Buckeye Nation. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
It's rivalry week, and dare I say the most rivalist one ever. Me Talk Pretty.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Why settle for a cold burrito when you can get toasted at Hothead Burritos? Crispy golden on the outside, perfectly melted cheese on the inside. Create your burrito, quesadilla, or bowl and get it toasted at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Every kid deserves new toys at Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians donate thousands of dollars to Toys for Tots each year, and this year will be our biggest donation ever.
Are you willing to buy a new toy for a little kid this Christmas?
Every Eco location in Ohio is officially a Toys for Tots drop-off location.
And every Eco plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician will be delighted to transport any new unwrapped toys that you would like to donate to Toys for Tots.
Buy a toy for a kid this Christmas,
or a bunch of new toys,
and give them to any Eco technician you happen to see.
To drop off a new unwrapped toy at the Eco location nearest you, just go to geteco.com for our street address.
Get Eco.
ECO. Generous plumbers, Merry Christmas electricians, and buy a kid a new toy this year, HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
I love a good Hollywood casino party. Scotty Vegas here, and there are so many reasons to party on Sunday, December 7th with us. Watch the college football playoff bracket come out with us at noon. Watch the Browns, Bengals, and Steelers games all at 1 o'clock with us. Then parlay the great food, huge screens, and best big-time prizes at the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're watching. We're watching. Let's watch together. Sunday, December 7th at Hollywood Casino. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time, Sam.
Temperatures are dropping, but the deals are just getting hot.
Time for our annual Ford Holiday Gift Guide.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to go wrong with great deals on trucks and SUVs from Ford, America's all-time best-selling auto brand.
Don't forget the first rule of holiday gift giving, Hank.
What's that, Sam?
Always remember to treat yourself, too.
Well said.
Based on Automotive News Almanac historical data and industry-reported sales data from 1909 through 2024 CY.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report.
No big, just a loose gas cap.
And gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
At High Bank Distillery, they believe every pour should tell a story. Their Whiskey War spirits tell the story of Prohibition in every sip and was awarded the best blended whiskey in America 3 years running. Enjoy High Bank's nationally recognized spirits distilled right here in Ohio. Drink the best. Forget the rest. Learn more at highbankdistillery.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. You know when you grow a beard or cut your hair and the mirror surprises each day, then it fades? Well, here's what doesn't fade. Seeing this thinner version of me staring back every single morning. 2 years after dropping 50 pounds with Awaken 180, I'm still doing a double take. And let me tell you, it feels awesome. Awaken 180 didn't just change my weight, it changed how I see myself, literally. I dropped my 50 pounds during the holidays. It's the best time to start, in my opinion. What's stopping you? Awaken180weightloss.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today. Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Number 1 Ohio State visits number 15 Michigan Saturday at noon, seeking its first win in 6 years over its arch rival. Saturday's forecast calls for a high of 32 and 70% chance of snow in Ann Arbor, but Buckeyes left tackle Austin Sareveld is excited about playing in the elements.
Yeah, I love it. Cold,
windy, snow, whatever it is, it's going to be a challenge for us, and we're ready. We're going to be prepared for it.
Live pregame coverage on The Fan begins at 6:30 a.m. Top 25 football in progress. Number 13 Utah leads Kansas 10-7. In the Egg Bowl, number 7 Ole Miss leads Mississippi State 14-7. College basketball, Ohio State sees its first 7-0 start in 6 years when it travels to Pitt at 7. NHL, Blue Jackets host the Penguins tonight at 7. NBA, Cavs visit the Hawks at 7:30. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dog friendly. And if you ain't down with that, this is Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2, the show before the game. We'll have Tim May this hour in the Buckeye Bulletin. He's busy with his derivatives for his headline.
Comma.
Semicolon.
Exactly.
Let me get into my
dash.
Where's my Tim May bag of drops? I got it somewhere.
Dash.
Exactly right.
Semicolon. Apostrophe. Comma.
I knew there was a dash in there somewhere.
Wait, what?
Exactly. All right, so
You got to give me credit.
there's a narrative that, if Michigan wins, it would be another stunner. And I agree with that. It would be. With what we've seen from Ohio State, they're the number 1 team in the country. They're undefeated. Their defense looks incredible. How many points, logically, will Michigan score on this defense in a practical way? Not in a stuff we can't predict way. Yeah. Not in a batted pass, a fumble, a defensive score.
Let me ask you this, AR.
Yeah.
Would this one be more of a stunner than last year's? Because last year's Michigan team was unranked, and they pulled it off.
No.
So it can't.
The game was
top
here.
that one, right? Okay, I just wanted to ask. Just wanted to see where you're at with that.
Where are you with it?
No, this one last year was just. I thought they had it in the bag.
And
the hay was in the barn. I thought seriously.
And I'm not even going on the spread. I'm not. It's not even in my mind.
It's just down to 9.5. I did see that this morning.
Yeah, it
dipped down just a hair.
Dipped below.
Just a hair.
The one that surprised me the most of the streak is honestly, well, it shouldn't. It can't be the 2 versus 3 game, but I felt
that was McCord.
Yeah, well, no, that was Stroud.
Well, then they both must have been 2 versus 3 because so was McCord.
In 23?
23, Michigan was third in the country.
Probably was.
Yeah, it looks like they were.
Yeah.
Third. Yeah.
So those were, in a way, I know it was Stallions, but the tail of the tape was a little more equal. But I remember doing that show, and the weather was ridiculously good. And that tipped me. It tipped me to think that C.J. Stroud, who, by the way, threw for 350 yards in that game and lost.
2 picks.
Couple
picks.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Donovan Edwards had 215 yards.
Yeah, he went off.
That was the difference.
That was the Blake Corum got knocked out in 2 plays game?
That was the Blake Corum helping to deliver turkeys or something on that Thursday or Wednesday. And he was just in sweatpants. And it was like, oh, he's out kind of doing some stuff. He's active. He's not on crutches. We can't see a boot. He's going to play. And it's all a fake. Well, it wasn't.
Right.
What do you have? 2 carries, and then it was done.
He tried.
He tried. He did. Yep. And so I think that's sometimes where Buckeye fans are going with potentially Carnell Tate this Saturday. We just don't know. And we just make the assumption that he's going to try and they'll suit up and see how it goes.
I would love to be a fly on the wall with Day and Tate, and I'm sure the medical staff. Like if he's not 100%, like if he's 70 right now, are they going to try to push it, knowing that next week you've got a Big Ten championship game and then a nice road ahead of you, go to a few games in the playoff as well? Would love to hear that conversation because they have to try to protect the big picture as much as possible while always respecting and locking in on this game and how important it is to the history of these programs.
So you're making the assumption that Tate, even at 70%, would say, I'm playing. Because if he doesn't fight it, and says, you know what, it's just not there, then I think it's an easy conversation to have. The hard conversation to have is when he looks at the coach and the staff and says, I don't care what you say, I'm playing. Like then you got a problem on your hands because you're trying to protect the guy from himself and the rest of the season.
It's also one of those scary things, and look, we don't know exactly what's going on, but a calf has been thrown out there a few times that I've heard. Like, I can't help but think in my mind some of the tough injuries that we've seen, like in the world of basketball, with guys that have been dealing with a tender calf, and then they've tried to come back, and that's led to some significant injuries. One of the ones we just watched in the NBA Finals was Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, hopefully all this rest
for sure
has actually done its job.
It's just a very delicate thing to deal with that I'm sure they've looked around the world of sports and seen that guys that have calf injuries, like, that can be tough, especially when you're a receiver and you have to be as explosive as those guys need to be.
I got some Ryan Day sound on this topic if you'd like to hear it.
Yep.
That's probably, something for the medical staff to figure, and when they give us the thumbs up, we'll go. But they'll be getting, physical reps and mental reps all week in preparation. These guys have played a lot of football, so in the end, we'll look to the medical staff to give us the thumbs up or not, but they're going to do everything they can to get on that field.
So that's interesting, because I think your question's valid, because I don't think it's as cut and dried as that. Because he's waiting for the thumbs up from the medical staff. Hey, he's clear, he's good. Well, then there's no problem. He's going to go and he's going to play. Why wouldn't he? Yeah. It's what I was saying like last week when you're asking Ryan Day, what do you need to hear from the medical staff to say you're golden? Because what if they come with what you said? It's there. We don't know if it'll hold up, but it's there. Then I guess you'd probably have a conversation with the player and see where it's going. I still come back to that game in 22, the 65-degree day of Thanksgiving week. Like, it just felt too good to me. A Mecca, Marvin Harrison Jr., you had Fleming. Like, just Marvin and a Mecca alone with Stroud.
They could play to their strengths.
Made me feel like the weather was not going to hold them back, and it didn't.
What it was, I believe, year one for Jim Knowles, maybe even year two. And throughout.
What year was it for Stallions? That's a better question.
Fair enough. And I remember talking all year about the big plays that they gave, right? Like, the offense was great with CJ and that crew, but in that game, you saw with Edwards and some of these JJ, your boy, and all those guys, right? Like, the defense, it was a thing all year, and Michigan really exposed it, that you can get big plays off and chunk plays off against this Buckeye defense. That was their massive issue that year, and that's why this year, when you look at where this defense is at, that's why I think you got to have a ton of confidence that those guys aren't just going to, out of nowhere, just go to a different defense than these guys that we haven't seen all year. That's going to be a stout unit, and that's going to go up there and make life really, really difficult for me, I think, for a freshman quarterback.
If I told you that year that Stroud was going to throw for 350 and Emeka would have $1.25 and Marvin would have 120, and they both got in the end zone, I think you would have said it's ball game.
I probably would have asked, what did Michigan do on offense too? Because at that point,
all right, how about if I didn't give you the rushing? Like, we played the blind taste test on that box score, and I said that J.J. McCarthy was 12 for 24, but also had 263 yards.
And had two passing touchdowns in that one? What was it?
Well, I wouldn't give you that, but I'll give you that now. He had 3.
Okay, see, that's
but he was 50%.
I want to pull. Let me pull up this box score real quick.
I have it in front of me now.
Can you go to the running backs and receivers, AR, maybe read off some of
that game?
Yes. Some of the chunk plays that happened, like 15 yards or more. Because I
have the longs.
It was, give me that. Yeah. How many of those did we have that were 15 or more?
So Edwards had that 85-yarder that he broke. And Cornelius Johnson had one 75. And Ronnie Bell had one for 33. And Colston Loveland had one for 45.
Yep. That was that defense that year.
Yeah, that was it.
Yep.
Saban had this to say on McAfee's show, trying to, big word alert, delineate the difference between the situation of winning the Michigan game in a one-game season or winning the Natty.
Delineate.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you, folks.
All right, here's Saban.
I mean, these Ohio State fans, they're psychotic about this, man. They all need to go to see a doctor someplace. I'd rather win the national championship than beat Michigan. That's just me, right? Although I'd love to beat Michigan, don't get me wrong. When I was at Ohio State last year, we beat them up there, similar situation, except in reverse. They were ranked really high. We had already lost 2 games. And, we had a terrible negative week of practice, but Woody came and talked to the team, and said, this is an opportunity for a great win. And that was the difference in the mindset of how we played. And they played tight, and we played loose, and we played ass over tea kettle and won the game 14-9. I remember that game from 1981 as much as any.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
that's new.
Kind of old school.
Okay, that's new for me.
Yeah, maybe it just depends on what part of the country you're standing in as to how dumb you are. Arse over tea kettle. I feel like he's right, but not 100%. He's not. There are people, we've discussed this before. The only way you save a loss to Michigan is by winning the Natty. He's got to at least admit that. Like there's nothing you can do to pacify this fan base if you lose to them and don't win at all. Last year was the ultimate revenge that you were able to pull it off, and it will live forever. But those commemorative footballs still have a red L next to your rival. Like you cannot deny that. It's not a hollow feeling. There's just something about it that isn't complete. You want them both. It's one of those things. I gave the analogy to you of when you asked me, do you want a hole-in-one if you've never had one, or do you want to shoot the best score you've ever shot over 18 holes? That's the analogy.
Yeah, and I would love to ask, like, fan bases of the Red Sox and Yankees. If you are a Yankee fan and you got swept by the Red Sox in the regular season, one of the best rivalries in the world of sports, Red Sox and Yankees, but you lost every game to the Yankees in the regular season but won the World Series, how would they feel? I was in that camp of, this is what you do it for. Like, I get how historic and impactful this rivalry is to both of these fan bases. Totally get that. But I wouldn't want to live in a world where it was like, yes, I beat my rival, but I didn't win the national championship, and I somehow feel better about that season than I would the opposite. I don't live in that world.
The world has changed because back a while ago, you were playing for just the gold pants and to be voted as a champion or go play in the Rose Bowl. And then if you won it, you still might be competing against somebody else. And then the AP voters say, who do we think was the best? There was no playoff. That's why it meant more back then to win this. Now you can cover it. You can right a wrong. So it has diluted it. We have to admit that it's somewhat diluted. It's not like crazy bad. You still want to win it.
For sure.
But you have an escape hatch if you don't.
And it's an extremely tough path to go on, too. Like, we don't want to make that seem like it's very easy to do either, right? Losing that game and then going on a massive run to win the Natty. So that's why you get a ton of respect for me for the way that they got off the mat and had to win 3-4 games after that to be the last team standing.
It's funny. We have Pressure Cooker next. We'll do that. But before we do that, when we come back, you'll hear if Urban Meyer agrees with Saban. He was on with T-Bone and Tyvus this morning. We'll play it next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Let's see. High school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan.
It's Happy Honda Days and Black Friday savings together at Germain Honda of Dublin. Strike now because through December 1st, get 0% APR up to 60 months on new Hondas. And you're even going to get 90 days until your first payment on both new and used vehicles. Rich has hundreds of vehicles in stock. The selection has never been better. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270. In-stock units only, not valid on prior sales. With approved credit, must qualify through primary lender. See dealer for details.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Install 3125. Visit website for details.
When we started the company, I was absolutely going to build my own plant. We can build a very, very good window and sell it at a reasonable price. If you buy from a company that is a dealer, they have to order the part from the factory, have it sent, and then schedule service. I got 500 locks out back. If you need a lock, it'll take me 15 seconds to walk back here and grab one for you.
Visit Rosati Windows by the end of this month and get 35% off all windows and doors.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Come on, kids, we're going to Grandma's house.
Grandma's house! Grandma's house!
What do we do to be safe and ready to go? We buckle up.
Buckle up!
Phones down.
Thumbs down!
And when we go,
Take it slow!
and if you drink,
Don't drive. And off we go.
ODOT, the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and the Ohio Traffic Safety Office are doing their part to keep roads safe. Do your part to make sure everyone makes it home safe for the holidays.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes hit the road for a matchup with Dan Marino and the Pitt Panthers.
Live fan coverage starts Friday night at 6 p.m. right after Common Man and Timmy with the Tip at 7.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll have a chance for scattered flurries and isolated snow showers throughout the day. Otherwise, skies will be partly sunny with daytime highs getting in the mid to upper 30s. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows down into the teens and low 20s. For Saturday, we do have a slight chance of snow showers in the afternoon. Otherwise, clouds will be increasing and daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet 365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet 365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, we'll stay with the theme about the pressure on Ryan Day and the Buckeyes to complete this thing and flip the script. Urban Meyer was on with T-Bone and Tyvus this morning, and they did ask him about that thing that Saban said, that Buckeye Nation is psychotic if they want to beat Michigan more than they want to win a natty. I have not heard this. Here's his response.
I absolutely agree with them. They're all psychotic, and it's a great thing. I mean, absolutely. And that's everybody who's not part of the rivalry, you know, and I'll tell Coach Saban that his wishes. I bet he wished he was a part of it. I know he was an assistant, so I take that very personal, but I remember when people were saying getting after the fans and how serious they take it, and I'm a believer in the rivalry. I'm a believer in, you know, how serious the fans take it. Now, I mean, of course, common sense, any extremists that start getting into personal stuff, that's different, but the intensity of the rivalry, absolutely.
All right, he didn't answer it specifically, though.
I was going to say, which side is he, is he really on?
He's like, I love their passion, yet, like, of course they're psychotic, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. Like, I think the question that needs to be asked, and I don't think he won one natty here.
Mm-hmm.
He's not giving that up to give back one win against Michigan. He's not. Like, if you told me he was 6-1 against Michigan and still had his natty, versus
he wouldn't trade that to go 7-0.
Trade it.
He has both.
He has both, which he's the perfect guy to ask. Like, that's why people are. It feels a little empty. Like, if you asked him, hey, and this may be the better question, when you won your natty, how would it have felt if you lost to Michigan that year?
You know what I else think adds to some of the emptiness that you're referring to is the streak as well. Like, if it were a one-off last year and not 3 games before that you lost, I wonder how fans would feel. My gut is telling me I don't think it would feel as bad for some people as it does. And so, look, and there's some people I've talked to, they're like, yeah, what are we talking about? We won a national championship. Like, we'll get back to the rivalry next year. There's some people, Buckeye fans that I've talked to that have felt that way, but you and I and CB were in New Orleans. You were having your own radio show at the restaurant with this one guy, and he was telling us his wife
was an accident.
Was a big Buckeye fan, and she was still caught up in the Michigan stuff. So both sides exist, I think, in this.
There are some people that hate losing more than they enjoy winning. And I think that puts the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry in a nutshell. That winning the Natty, while great, isn't as satisfying as beating the rival.
Which I will never understand.
For some people. You want both, obviously.
Yeah.
But for some people, the feeling they get that moment is different.
Yeah, and I remember, look, Jack Sawyer, he did, I think, a podcast with Big Ben last year, and he was like, I don't know what Buckeye, like, he was on that side. Like, we won the national championship.
How about this? What if you say, and I don't even know if, like, the math would work this way, but just if it were possible, 2015, would you trade the Michigan win to then go beat Michigan State and possibly go to the Big Ten championship and then potentially go back-to-back?
Maybe we have to ask Tyvis Powell about that.
Well, I kind of asked him.
Would you give up the Michigan win to redo the Michigan State game?
Mm-hmm.
And then if I could guarantee you the rest of the way, if you beat Michigan State, then you go and beat Iowa in the Big Ten championship, and then you go win it all, and you run the table again in the playoffs.
My gut's telling me Tyvis will take back-to-back.
Kind of depends on what your resume, how it's stacked up, what you've experienced already.
Oh, excellent.
For the guys that have never beaten Michigan. Like
the senior class that's playing tomorrow.
They might say, I don't need to win the Natty this year. I have to end my career winning tomorrow.
Those guys.
In a private moment, I am telling you, even if they weren't a star on last year's Natty, like they would feel like tomorrow means more to them 30 years from now. I'm not saying for every guy. Right. Like you asking me, would you give up every round of golf you have yet to play if I got you on Augusta? I'd be like, I'd think about it. I would definitely think about it. Like, I think it's food for thought. You got anybody else in pressure cooker? Because you know where I'm going.
Well, go ahead, lead us off, big dog.
The 24-year-old who's undrafted out of University of Minnesota.
Talk about him.
Threw the ball pretty well during the summer workouts. Kind of operated it pretty well in training camp. Thought in preseason he was pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, 35 of 58. I've looked at it. A couple touchdowns in 3 games. That's Max Brosmer, who will be quarterbacking most likely my Vikes. Right? He came close to playing meaningful snaps over in London when Wentz was getting killed. And what they do, they let him come out with a torn labrum instead of giving it to Max. And then he was able to, take a knee? Like they gave him, you can go out and kneel it down. So they could have added a veteran backup at the trade deadline. They didn't. The Cousins could have come back. But this is it for him. I mean, this is undrafted. This is transferring to Minnesota from the University of New Hampshire. This is a kid who's got to go up against a Seattle defense that ranks 4th in sacks and 5th in pass breakups through 12 weeks. There's enormous pressure on him, even though the Vikings aren't a Super Bowl contender.
I like it. First candidate for me this week, I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts because now I think it's put up or shut up time for them. The overall record really good. They're 8-3, 2-0 in the division, but they lock horns this week with the Houston Texans with C.J. Stroud coming back. The Houston Texans are 3-1 in the division. And when you look at the Colts, it's wins against Miami, Tennessee, the Raiders, the Cardinals, Tennessee again, Atlanta. And so, look, I'm not going to knock much of what they've done. But now they really got to show that they're for real within this division because Texans twice, Jacksonville twice as well. And they have to take a trip out to Seattle. And so the AFC South is not put to bed just yet. And so Jonathan Taylor, that crew this week, I think have a lot of pressure on them because they lose this one to Houston. Things start to get a little funky for them in that division.
Yeah, I had Danny Jones in the cooker as well. I think now that we know he's playing on a fractured leg and the Colts have just the 1-game lead over the Jags, and like you said, going against that defense and having those 5 turnovers in the game against Pittsburgh, who knows? I'm going to go with a kid. I'm going to stay with 24-year-old quarterbacks for 1,000. Let's go with Diego Pavia and the pressure on Vandy in a must-win game at Tennessee. Got to get to 10. Must have 10. And this kid had no scholarship offers from any D1 school. And I think there's a lot of pressure on him. But it's also self-inflicted pressure because this past summer he was talking a little trash directed at Tennessee. Like now, here it comes. That karma wheel spins. We'll find out if he can duck or not because he talked about how Vandy is going to run Tennessee after this year. He was on Bustin' with the Boys, and it was like, this is going to be the new staple of college football. It's going to happen here at Vandy. Everyone wants to come to the state of Tennessee because of Nashville. They want to come to Nashville, so Vandy, and then we have the most money in NIL. Why not come here? Man. So literally, he told Tennessee that you're not the school anymore in the state.
Okay. You're not that guy, pal? You're not that guy? That's what he's telling him?
Yeah.
So what you're also telling me is that J-Lou, our boy Jensen Lewis, is spending a lot of coin down there in Nashville helping out the NIL. Right. And their head coach, Clark Lee, just got an extension yesterday. Eli Drinkowitz, Missouri's head coach, just got an extension as well. So I think some of these head coaches are using the leverage of Florida, LSU, some of these other programs being open and saying, okay, you want me to stay? Then let's get some new money going here.
So Diego Pavia has to go to Neyland to do this.
Yeah.
And so I will add this. Will the Commodores sail on with Pavia or once, twice, 3 times a loser this year?
Okay, I like it.
Right.
TLC put a little pressure on Tyvis Powell with a question that we were just talking about. I guess we have a response from the self-proclaimed people's champ.
We do. First of all, I will say people are predicting Vandy to flip the number 3 player in the country from Georgia. So,
quarterback, right?
Yeah,
Plays quarterback, yeah.
Jared Curtis, he's from Nashville.
Big deal.
And I think Diego Pavia was like actively recruiting him in the post-game press conference last week. So I said to Tyvis Powell, would you trade the Michigan win in 2015 if it meant that you beat Michigan State and then went on to win the Big Ten and the national championship back-to-back?
My guess is he said he would want back-to-back natties.
We had him on. And I think he went more to the team situation.
What'd he say?
He's had his moment against Michigan. Like, you're talking about trading that, the 2-point, the interception and everything?
So the tiebreaker that year was the head-to-head. Yeah. So in the Big Ten East, Michigan State, Ohio State were tied because Michigan State beat them head-to-head. That was the tiebreaker to go to Indianapolis.
Okay, so they would lose the Michigan game in this scenario.
But beat Michigan State, have that head-to-head tiebreaker, and then I'm giving you that they run the table.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be Notre Dame in the Fiesta. It would be
Ohio State and winning the national championship back-to-back. That's the situation I prepared for Tyvis to give a yes or no to.
And he had his moment against Michigan in 13.
Yeah.
So he already had that moment, so he wouldn't have to give that one back. That may have been the better one to ask him to give back. His intercepting of the 2-point conversion, would you give that back? I think I did ask him that. All right, I'm going to go with the natty. What'd he say?
He said he would give up the Michigan game to go back-to-back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Free Classe and Ortiz.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, we can. Where are we at with that?
That's a lot of pressure in that cooker.
Free Classe and Ortiz.
Well, maybe you ought to contribute to their release fund. I'm sure they would.
I'm a team guy until we lose, and I'm a meat guy.
See, I think he had that reversed. Don't you think he had that reversed?
He sounds like he's going to post-game press conferences just blaming all his teammates.
Team guy.
Let's listen to this again.
It should be the reverse, I think.
Listen, I'm a team guy until we lose, and I'm a meat guy.
Okay, I'm not following.
Let's play that for him next week.
Yeah.
And ask him if that's really what he meant.
Yeah, I'm unless I'm lost on it.
I'm just caught up.
I was staring myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
He's got me thinking. 2 minutes, we come back with college football picks against the number. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and our Black Friday sales event starts now. Lease a 2026 Toyota Corolla LE for only $199 a month for 39 months, now through December 1st at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit our website, TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky. $36.99 due at sighting with approved credit, tax title, and $387 doc fee not included. No security deposit required.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Rossman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
College football picks with Rockman and Ice.
Sponsored by Krieger Ford. Find your next Ford at Krieger Ford. Visit KriegerFord.com today.
Right, I think we've deciphered it. I think he believes he's a team guy because my version of it is that, you know, if we win, then I'm a team guy.
But if we lose,
then it's every man for himself. All right. We got some games to pick. There are games going on already. Lay them out.
All right, we got a really good college football slate. Let's start it here. Biggest game of the weekend, Arizona -1.5 at Arizona State.
There we go, baby.
The duel in the desert, as they call it.
Is it?
I'll say this real quick.
Those Wildcats are surging.
One of my favorite players to watch is wide receiver Jordan Tyson for Arizona State. The dude is special. I think he has a chance to be maybe the third wide receiver off the board this year.
Is he related to Mike?
Oh
no, but his brother does play for the Cavs.
Okay, Jordan Tyson. Wait, his brother is not. He's Jordan. His another J name, I believe. Check that.
Jalen
Tyson. I think you may be right, but he's
your little brother. Good-looking kid.
Or he can go.
Yes, Jalen Tyson
and little brother.
He's missed a few games this year with an injury. He's still got 4 games north of 100. Leads Arizona State in receiving yards. I just love watching this dude play. Give me the Sun Devils.
I'm going to take. You know how I'll pick this game?
Yeah.
As a guest picker who doesn't watch football.
Okay.
Like, we used to go out west. My dad used to take my brother and I out west on spring break and stuff. And we've been to Phoenix. We've been to Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always regretted not going to Arizona. I applied there, got in there. Yeah. And for some reason for me, I viewed going to college as packing up the old station wagon and having your parents take you to school. Not getting on a plane. Not them dropping you off at the airport and saying, have a good collegiate.
Like I was trying to live out a movie.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Arizona because I feel like if I could go in the hot tub time machine, that would have been a nice place to go to school. Not that ASU and Tempe wouldn't have been just nuts.
Isn't ASU like a top 5 party school?
A little nuts. You'll catch something in that dating pool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly something you're going to be able to get rid of either.
Come to Arizona State. You're going to catch something in that dating pool.
That's right. So I'm going to take Arizona for that reason.
Okay. I like
Not so fast.
Also today, Georgia -16 in Atlanta playing Georgia Tech. Pretty high spread for the weekend.
Yeah. It is a lot, but it's a lot until it isn't. Georgia's cooking now. They've won 7 in a row. They cracked Mississippi State and Texas. I just think Georgia Tech's defense is the reason I'd want to lay these points. Like, do you see the way they got trashed against NC State and Boston College? How does Boston College hang 42 on you? Pitt last week. I don't know what else they got left here. This is in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think. I don't think it's at G-Tech.
Not on campus, huh?
Yeah. Hey, where the players play, huh?
You were just there.
Welcome to
I don't know. I don't know if that makes a big difference.
You're correct. Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I'm going to lay the points. Seems like a ton, but I'll lay it.
Tech's lost 2 of 3. but I've always liked their ability to control games to a certain degree with their run game, and especially Haynes King as a dual threat guy. So I'm going to lean into that with him having 15 rushing touchdowns this year. Give me the 16 and a half.
One more today in the third ranked game of the day. We got A&M -3 at Texas. This is going to be a fun one.
Star power at the quarterback position. Marcel Reed, Arch Manning.
Is he a star?
Well, name brand.
Yeah.
Name recognition, I guess. 2 elite pass rushers in this thing, too. Cassius Howell leads the SEC in sacks. Colin Simmons is in second, right behind him. First time A&M's been to Austin since 2010. I'm going to lay the 3 and roll with Texas A&M.
I think it's the right pick here. I think there's something in the Texas mindset that says this will be a massive win, and it'll be enough to win over the committee, even with the handful of losses. Like, I think there's something delusional in that this might be enough. I don't think it would be. The other thing worries me a little about A&M, there's good and there's bad. The good is they got their wake-up call. They've already had it.
And they didn't lose the game.
And they didn't lose the game.
Right, yeah.
So, as an undefeated team, like, that's cool when you get tested that much and still can win. But you look at their schedule. They didn't play, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Vandy, Oak. Like, they missed everybody. How good are they? Like, their second best win is Mizzou. Like, I really don't know. But it's a small enough spread. The on the road is a little worrisome. But I think we'll be on the right side of this because they've already had their wake-up call. And how much is Texas really going to fight if they get down in this game? So I'm going to take A&M as well. I wish it was 2.5, but you could buy the half.
So Pitt cares about this game because it's a conference game and could potentially get them in the conference championship. Miami is -7. Miami cares about it because this is a common opponent with Notre Dame.
Worry a little bit at the weather. Miami playing at Pitt. Like, I don't know what that's going to look like or feel like for them.
There have been a couple surprises with Miami at Pitt in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, if the forecast is in the 20s or 30s, that can't be great for them. But it's not like I trust Pitt that much. They've got some dual threat in the quarterback situation. What am I getting with Pitt?
7.
It's enough. I'm going to take it.
I like where Carson Beck's game is at right now. Last 3 games, 8 touchdowns, no picks. One of the best freshman wide receivers in the sport in Malachi Toney. He's 4th in the conference in receiving yards. I just trust Miami's defense right now going up against a freshman quarterback. So I think that'll travel with him. Reuben Bain Jr. may be the number 1 pick in the draft this year. So give me the 305 Miami Hurricanes, and I'm going to lay those points.
Hey, we finally have a home favorite. It's Tennessee -3, welcoming in Vanderbilt. If Vanderbilt wins, that could turn the tide in the state.
Pavia's a dude, man. He's an absolute dude. He talks, but he backs it up with how impactful he is on offense, leading the SEC in touchdowns this season. I am going to take the 3 and roll with Vandy on the road. Tough environment, but I'm going to roll with Diego and his gang in the Commodores.
I think they haven't beaten Tennessee in a while. Should be a lot of points. Pavia's the guy. Heisman Trophy still out there for him if he has a nice box score in this one. Tennessee loses, it's usually because they give the ball away, and Vandy hasn't been forcing a lot of those. I'm going to take the Vols at home.
Let's do the Iron Bowl. Alabama -5.5. 5.5 at Auburn doesn't sound like a lot considering Auburn is currently below 500.
It isn't. But if you look at the games, if you buy into trends, it's 4th and goal from 30 yards out to win. It's 4 overtimes. That's what this game is. Auburn won the 2 before that. Those 2 that I just mentioned against Bama teams, by the way, that were ranked in the top 5. This is kind of what they do. Alabama's the better team. This year has not been a good year for Auburn. I don't even know if they go to a bowl game. They got to win this probably to do that. So they've just been a problem for Bama. And their defense is pretty good. They've had a bad season. Nothing to lose.
Little teaser, your Michigan-Ohio State prediction here? Leading into some of this, the odd stuff and all that. Is this a little bit of a...
I don't think so, no. No. I just go back to the 4th and goal at the 31, and they get it. It's just weird stuff. Now, maybe I should go the opposite, which I will, because how can that last? That can't last. So you said it's 5.5.
I did.
Bama should win by more than that. So let's put some pressure on them to cover.
Tough year for Auburn inside the SEC. 1-6 in conference play. Ty Simpson's done a really good job of taking care of the ball this year. So I'm going to believe in that in his playmakers because there's a few of those guys on the outside you really got to worry about. Give me Alabama. I'll lay the 5.5.
Let's do one more Big Ten West Coast edition. This line also looks a little bit trap gamey. Oregon only -6.5 at Washington.
I just think Oregon right now, with how good their run game is, that's what I like about what they present, where they have 4 guys that are averaging 6 yards per carry. Freshman Jordan Davidson's had 13 touchdowns this year. And so I've just got confidence in Oregon. I just think there's too much talent on that side. So I'll lay the 6.5 and roll with the Ducks.
So you flip these locations, you're taking Oregon all day long because Washington's been trash on the road. They can't be trusted when they leave Seattle. The other way they can't be trusted is I don't think they play well when they go up against really good defenses. So I think this would be an incredible moment if DeMond Williams actually breaks that trend. But I think Oregon's a 10-point winner here. So give me the Ducks.
You know who you can trust? They didn't like that, right? They didn't like the old puddles thing.
No.
But you know who you can trust,
them that.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a new vehicle, it's the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion because they've got Black Friday deals all month long. Over 180 new vehicles on their website right now for you to look at because I did the same thing a few months ago, got me a new car from the McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, and I've been rocking and rolling and loving my new whip. Cranked up the heated steering wheel yesterday. That was a good vibe as well. They have a 2026 Equinox front-wheel drive LT, lease for $309 a month for 36 months or finance for $415 a month for 84 months. Rules and restrictions apply. Not a long drive up to Marion. Get on up there and do what I did. Go to the McDaniel GM Superstore today to find your new vehicle. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All right, we've got another $1.15 for you here on the show. We'll have Brady Quinn at 2:30, but up next, Tim May with his headline for the game. Stick around. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
You have to stay fresh or you die.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Get ready to play, win, and celebrate at El Dorado Sayada Downs, your ultimate Caesars Rewards destination. Earn rewards every time you play or dine with the most exciting loyalty program around. Take your pick from 1,700 hot new games, award-winning brews, and Guy Fieri's out-of-bounds 68-layer lasagna. And big news, Sayada Downs will host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. Feel the energy at El Dorado Sayada Downs, where Caesars Rewards never stop. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Sayada Downs for details.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday for good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Save on remote starters, window tint, and all things car audio. Dash cams, Apple CarPlay, and more. Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or ColumbusCarAudio.com.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and K miles per year ends 12/1.
It's really been amazing, the amount of people that I've had contact me, and the talk is generally centered around QC Kinetics, and whether it's a knee, whether it's a back, a hip, shoulder.
He's always happy to talk about how QC Kinetics all-natural regenerative treatments finally gave him relief without surgery. That's former pro football player Bobby Carpenter.
My message to them is do not wait and push off a week, a month, whatever it is. So if you want to feel better this summer, now would be the time to get in. If you want to feel better in the fall, make sure that you're getting in here so you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Spoken by a man who experienced relief firsthand. QC Kinetics gave this former pro athlete back his mobility, his activity, and they'll do the same for you.
Has really helped me in just my general quality of life.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening.
You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Dormar, you're pilot hero.
Diamond Sellers bring the world's finest jewelry to you at our annual holiday gala December 4th through December 6th. Celebrate the season of sparkle with up to 25% off for 1 weekend only at our Sawmill Road and Easton locations. Visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Warm up with toasted burritos, bowls, and quesadillas at Hothead Burritos. Crispy golden on the outside, perfectly melted cheese on the inside. Let us toast yours today because everything's better toasted at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Berm's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another furnace breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day furnace installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin. Now with our friend Tim May from the Tim May Show, fanstreamsports.com. Also here on The Fan. He'll join me on the Tailgate Show tomorrow. My man, the show, the headline coming before the game. What do you believe is the deal with Carnell Tate? Give me your best belief on both the Buckeye dynamic duo as of right now, a little less than 24 hours before kick.
Yeah, right now I'm thinking Jeremiah Smith plays. I'm thinking Carnell Tate could play. A lot of times you end up getting, input from all kinds of people when you've had an injury. So we'll see how that goes. But the bottom line is if they get 1 out of 2, they're ahead of the game.
Yeah. So your belief, if I can dive a little more into Carnell Tate without total speculation, is that you feel like he might be healthy enough to give it a go, but there's talk about potentially not risking it?
Yeah, that'd be the best way of putting it, maybe. But you know what? The only person who truly knows how his calf feels is Carnell Tate, obviously. What was not troubling, whatever you want to call it, when he warmed up, I think at Purdue, but didn't play, and then it's been 3 weeks, right? Did somebody just hang up on me?
No, that was me accidentally hitting my mic.
I thought maybe I said, we've heard enough of this. But the bottom line is that, I think he could play. Why he wouldn't play, is that's up to him, and the people advising him, either medically or otherwise. So that's all you're hearing from a quote definitive nature, and nothing's really definitive.
Okay. All right, Tim, man, let's lock in on some of the X's and O's, if you will, of this game. If Ohio State's going to get this thing done, in Tim May's mind, the most important box they need to check is what?
Stop. Keep the other team from scoring as many points as you do. I mean, Ryan Day has said everything but that this week. I mean, the deal is, just like going into the Texas game, the deal is the W. How you get the W, that was a hell of a day, baby. And so, I know we don't have a clue what's going to happen tomorrow yet, right, fellas? We didn't have a clue what was going to happen a year ago when Ohio State was literally a 3-touchdown favorite. And then whatever the plan was, it didn't work. How the plan was altered mid-game because of what happened to Will Howard, we're still not privy to. He went back into the game and led him on a really nice, crisp 2-minute drill to a touchdown. So who knows what happened last year, except that you can't do anything about it now. Ryan Day, as you've heard him say many times, they've tried to stick to a routine this year in all kinds of ways, pointing to basically staying locked in, one foot in front of the other, just like the reason they're flying up here this afternoon. The reason they're flying is because they want to stay in the routine of the road trips they've taken so far this year, which have been fruitful. And you heard me ask him about that, because really they do gain at least an hour in terms of not sitting on a bus, of going that way in both directions. And of course, like if they win, that's an hour they save of not sitting on the bus before they get ready to go play Indiana for the Big Ten championship.
I agree with you on that. Ryan Day certainly can't right the wrong of the last several just by winning this one. This is just another rung on him trying to repeat. But you got to believe that there's some part of him that learned his lesson last year, that it's one of those that you do have to take chances, correct?
Yeah, one of the more – matter of fact, he said that in the answering to that question, too, as I called it my throwaway question before I asked my real question. But the point is, as he pointed out, what they've done the previous 4 years didn't work, meaning didn't get the W. So I get you say didn't work. But, who knows what they're going to do tomorrow. Like I said, they'll have so much more of an offensive variety to be able to throw at Michigan if, in fact, Jeremiah Smith and or Carnell Tate play. But then past that, you got to take everything in consideration. The weather, who knows how bad it's going to be. I'm literally driving into Michigan right now, and it's cold. It's blustery, but it's not supposed to be that way at game time tomorrow. But it's supposed to snow tomorrow night, a lot more than it may snow tonight or in the morning. So you deal with what's in front of you. I know people find that hard to believe. There is no, you can't sit here right now and say what's going to be the difference in the game tomorrow. You do believe Ohio State has the better team, just like a year ago. In some places, they've got an even better team. You do believe they're going to be able to cage, for want of another term, but that's a term they've used several times this year against quarterbacks who can run. They're going to be able to cage Bryce Underwood with some degree of efficiency, but he can still slip out and make a play. Everything has to be judged based on when you clash the next day on who really is better. Andrew Marsh is a guy that's really come along. They're a young receiver now. The way he has a possible adding a big time playmaking threat to their passing game, which really has not been there this year. But then you think back to the way USC manhandled Michigan several weeks ago. That's quite a few weeks ago. Ohio State has not had that experience this year of a team manhandling them in any sense. Even Texas didn't manhandle them. It was just a conservative game offensively, and then they got it done on defense. So everything points to Ohio State taking care of business tomorrow. But tomorrow is another day.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Tim May, it is your time to shine. When Buckeye Nation wakes up on Sunday morning and maybe there's still a little stuff from Thanksgiving and all the leftovers they ate and said, I want to go a little light for breakfast this morning. Maybe a little egg white omelet, smoothie, and some turkey bacon on Sunday. And when they finish that breakfast, Tim May, and they say, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah. How about some cottage cheese, too? You know what I mean?
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Give me the cheese, baby. Go ahead now.
After they finish eating their cottage cheese and say, I haven't read what Tim May had to say about the game, what will your headline read?
The years I covered Indy 500, there's this place me and a buddy of mine used to go every year one time. And the only time I ever ate cottage cheese and pickled beets at the same time was then. But that's another story for another day. I'm looking at something like Buckeyes repossess Big House. comma, nail Wolverine head on the wall, semicolon, turn toward Lucas Oil with same intentions.
Maddie gave that a thumbs
I'm
up.
here for it. I like it.
I like it.
I think it's pretty good myself. I mean, it's long, but you know what? We're talking about the internet, not the newspaper.
That's right.
Are you with me on that?
I am.
I could write 4 paragraphs and get it in there.
I'm with you. I'm glad you admitted that sometimes in the press conferences you like to waste a pitch before you bring the heat.
Well,
I like that. You go class A on us.
Yeah, but you
throw
need
one in the dirt.
Because I asked about Lincoln Tino's after that, because I just wanted to know the confidence factor of putting him in a game. I mean, I thought last week that was a good change of pace for the most part. Then you saw him land on his rear end after that really nice run and came out of the game, and suddenly Julian Sayans back in there, so for a while. So, you just want to know what the confidence is of putting Lincoln in there, because he's sort of that, one of those terms, they're Wildcat offense, except he can throw the ball. So all kinds of things, fellas.
Absolutely.
Michigan tomorrow, they haven't even shown yet.
WW and the Dixie Dance Kings. That's
There you
my
go,
headline for tomorrow, bud. And you will be joining us at some point, so we'll talk to you soon. Be safe.
Oh, I'll be there, baby. I'll be at the tailgate.
Oh, great. All right. So you're going to Michigan now, coming back for the tailgate, then going back.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right, man. Godspeed, buddy.
Right.
We'll talk to you then.
See you, fellas.
Okay. That is our friend Tim May, who is
racking up miles.
Beautiful country out here. It's the middle of the night. Hey, he's proud of his town. It's a damn rare thing these days. We come back, top of the hour, deep dive. Coach Tress lived this rivalry, was very successful. What did he have to say about it? You'll hear next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Drop what you're doing unless you're doing nothing, then keep doing that. It's Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Go Bucks, beat Michigan.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and our Black Friday sales event starts now. Lease a 2026 Toyota Corolla LE for only $199 a month for 39 months, now through December 1st at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit our website, TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky. $36.99 to a sighting with approved credit, tax title, and $387 doc fee not included. No security deposit required.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky.
Most people will agree with this. Life is a lot better without pain and more comfort. Hey, it's Anthony. I used to buy the over-the-counter insoles, thinking that just the cushion itself would solve everything. It didn't. So I finally got serious about support. I went to the Good Feet store where I was personally fitted for arch supports. I started feeling relief, more stability, and stuff stopped aching. My lower back felt better. I don't care whether you're an athlete or you're retired. Get greater comfort and confidence from personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. That's because their arch supports are designed to align your body from the feet up, and they can help provide relief from pain and discomfort like it has for me. They have an expert staff trained to understand your specific needs, and they recommend the best solutions. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store at one of their convenient locations on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City, or, of course, learn more, a lot more, at goodfeet.com.
You have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or cash prize this holiday season with a Home for the Holidays raffle. And help make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish Kids. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidayscolumbus.org. Terms and conditions apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry!
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday to get good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Shop early anytime this week and save on remote starters to warm yourself up, window tint to add style and privacy, and all things car audio to make your ride louder and better than the rest. Plus, check out deals on dash cams, Apple CarPlay, paint protection film, and more. Shop for yourself or everyone on your list at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road near Easton, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or online at columbuscaraudio.com.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Away game this week, but that just means you can make the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus your home for Saturday football. Join the fan for the tailgate show and then party with us with the ultimate watch party. We have football contests with amazing prizes. There's wall-to-wall screens, ticket and memorabilia giveaways, and unbeatable game day food. Can't wait to see you at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook on Saturday. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. Are you ready for the best Black Friday truck deals? Head over to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, where the savings are happening all month long. You can lease a brand new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 for just $349 a month for 24 months with only $1,000 due at signing. Or if financing is more your style, grab it for just $679 a month for 84 months for qualified buyers. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Number 1 Ohio State visits number 15 Michigan Saturday at noon. Live pregame coverage from the Fan begins at 6:30 a.m. Top 25 football in progress. Number 13 Utah leads Kansas 10-7 in the fourth. Number 7 Ole Miss leads Mississippi State 21-10 at half. College hoops, Ohio State visits Pitt at 7. Coverage from the Fan starts at 5:30. NHL, Blue Jackets host the Penguins tonight at 7. NBA Cavs are at the Hawks at 7:30. High school football, notable area schools in the state semis. Olentangy Orange at St. Edward. Bishop Watterson at Tippecanoe. Big Walnut at Anderson. This update sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better. Scheduled today at thewaterworks.com. Coming up on Rothman and Ice, Fox analyst Brady Quinn joins at 2:30 right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
All right, here we go. Final hour. Brady Quinn at 2:30. Don't miss him. He'll be on the set tomorrow for Big Noon Kickoff. We'll have him at 2:30 to break it down. He's been involved in rivalry games, been on the wrong end of rivalry games a lot against USC, and a guy that he sits next to in Matt Leinart. So I'll have to keep them apart tomorrow. And then you got Urban Portnoy, so you got a lot going. It could be a little all-out brawl tomorrow.
No doubt. Going to be awesome.
So we still have the stuff about Ohio State as far as Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. And it's been a little bit of a mystery. If this Carnell Tate thing, if he doesn't play, then I don't know. Then the narrative becomes a little different as well, because Tim was hinting at the fact that he's hearing voices. Like you heard what Tim May told us. It's like maybe he's getting advice not to risk it right now, that it would be forcing it tomorrow. I don't know. It's a very important game. It's one he does not want to not play in. Like that's one that he wants. But the big picture is still out there. and that's the Big Ten title and perhaps the national title and all that he certainly would have plenty of chance to get ready for, you would think, at that point. Because if things go to the way Las Vegas says it would go, they'd win the Big Ten title, and they'd have another 25 days or more, 26 days before their first playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
And so you start adding it up. The only thing we'd be worried about is rust with him because of how much time he would have missed.
Yeah, and one thing we don't know is how explosive he's tried to be or has been in practice this week. And so that's just, all of us are in the dark with that. If he hasn't been able to really ramp up and do like top end sprint speeds and all those things that he usually does, that's dicey for me. That gets it into a real murky area if you're going to ask him to go out there and do something that he hasn't done just yet, because doing that on the fly when you have adrenaline rushing, you're going to push off and do like it. Just that would be a little spooky for me. But I understand these guys are built different. He understands the weight of this game, how important he is. He's probably going to go on to the NFL after this year, so he's going to want those gold pants as well. And so cannot wait to just hear the report from Pete Thamel or whoever, because it does feel like Jeremiah is going to go. Jeremiah was on Caleb Downs' podcast, the Downs to Business podcast, and pretty much said, I'm in and I'm playing. And he had comments earlier in the year about how much he doesn't like Michigan, and he probably wants to get his lick back as well, because last year it was 35 yards in the game, right? And so for a guy as talented as he is to get another opportunity at them, and I know he'll have another one next year, but to get this one on the road, Jeremiah, I think, to me, my gut is saying we'll see him. Carnell is just a massive question mark at the moment.
I wonder if it also depends on, well, first of all, we'll know in warm-ups, right, whether he's going to give it a go and how much he'll test it. But then the weather becomes a little bit of an issue if it's a slippery field, right? If you get a little rain, you get a little snow, then that's not great. And it's certainly not great for a passing offense either. And then the one thing that the narrative will pop up is that what I've been saying, what everybody's been saying for 25 years, that if you win the rushing battle, if you have more rushing yards, you win the game. Not the game tomorrow, not the game last year. The game. Every single game. That's it. Mm-hmm. It's not like one every now and then or 5 here and 4 there. Like, it's not that way. Like the last 25 years, the team that has more rushing yards wins the game. And so that, and then the home part. So the hostile environment part, we'll see. The hostile environment only works if that team's winning or gets some breaks. If Ohio State silences it early, then Michigan doesn't seem to have the offense that can chase this game. But if you start looking at analytics of statistical summaries of the past 25 years or 20 years, the home team wins about 63% of the time in all across FBS. So you can buy into that if you want, but it's definitely an edge when it comes to college football, most likely in matchup games. Jim Tressel was on the Fan, and he was asked about handling that one tunnel and keeping focus at the big house, which he has done.
I don't know how many times we were up there, maybe 5 in our time there. It was always, handled well. We wanted to make sure we knew we were there to take care of business, and, business is not taken care of in the tunnel. It's taken care of between the stripes. And, but you could, another reason why it's a fun place to play is you can feel the tension in that tunnel. And that's a pretty cool feeling, when it's like you're getting ready to walk into the Lions Den. And, just one more reason why this is a special, special rivalry.
I agree with him. I don't think you fix it. I don't think you change it. It's old school. Mm-hmm. I mentioned in the scene in Rudy where he sees Georgia Tech coming out and they look at it. You ready for this? I've been ready for this my whole life. Like, that's the look. You get it. It's the same thing. Go watch Miracle and see, the look on those guys for the 1980 team. Like, there's seeing the opponent prior to taking that stadium and being across from them, mm-hmm. I think is the coolest thing ever. I'm not into having all-out brawls, but there's emotion involved, and guys have to, like he said, rein it in and keep it there. I don't like the talk of, they got to fix it or they got to change. That's unique to them.
Yeah, it's part of it. It's
their
part of
stadium.
all of it. Yeah, I hope they never go away with that. And look, there's going to be security there. There's going to be coaches there and all that stuff that'll try to keep them separated. And guys are going to
keep them separated.
Guys are going to be chirping. That's just what this is. We talked to Bobby earlier. He was like, "Hey, I wasn't one of those guys." Now, if we asked Tyvus Powell that same question, I guarantee you, he said if they say something to me, I'm going to tell them all about themselves.
It's not like somebody from Michigan stole Bobby's e-bike. Or his kid's e-bike. It's not like that.
Correct. You do that before game, Bobby probably would have 5 sacks. You'd have been so lit. But yeah, that is an emotional part of the game to where you have to know how to manage that. And it's easier said than done. But we've seen big-time games maybe when you have a guy that has a bad penalty or just does something stupid that can really flip a game and flip momentum. So hopefully you don't have any of that going on for the old Scarlet and Gray tomorrow, and they can just stay out of their own way.
I think what Buckeye fan wants to see, even if they can't execute it right away, is taking some shots. I think what Ohio State and Ryan Day might be a little bit concerned in doing is giving the ball away, putting the ball in harm's way, having a 3 and out.
Mm-hmm.
How does that enter into the mental part of calling this game? I said earlier to Tim May, you would think he's learned his lesson, and he has proof of it by throwing out the playbook or having the no regrets playbook, as I called it last year, and just saying, if we die, we're going to go down swinging. There's going to be no more of this conservative stuff.
Yeah.
Now, to the point where I'm not saying you're reckless, but I don't think Buckeye fan, because I think if they don't take chances, or if they took chances early in the game, Maddie, and it didn't work out for them, if you're telling me that's going to sink them mentally, then they got bigger problems. Like if there's a 3 and out or you miss a long shot, like, honestly, I would take the chance. And here's Tress on.
Well, real quick,
go ahead. Respond to that.
I agree with what you said, and I think on the other side, what can calm maybe some of the nerves for Buckeye fans is if they see that defense not getting gashed via the run. Because then it's kind of the, we've seen this movie before, right? Marshall, that offensive line, start leaning on that defense. It's first down after first down with them just kind of out-muscling the Buckeye defense. That'll have a little bit of that PTSD, if you will, going on for Buckeye fans because they're like, man, here we go again. They're just going to be the more physical team. And I think that can calm the nerves early, too, is if they see the defense throw up a brick wall against their run game.
Yeah, keep them out of the end zone. That's it. Limit Zavta to some field goals. I mean, you got an edge in every area. Here's Tress on what might be going through Julian Sain's mind this week.
Well, I don't know Julian, but I know this. He's not thinking about getting the Heisman. He's thinking about, how can he lead a team to a victory in the rival game. And he's got to play within himself. And, the offense is based upon certain principles that he has to read out, and he has to slow the game down. And, one of the hard things up there is, the tension level, the excitement level. You can feel it. It's palpable. There's no doubt. And as a quarterback, you have to block all that out. You have to slow the game down.
Yeah, you do. And he had to teach that and make sure he gave that to Craig Krenzel. Because that's exactly what happened. Because they hadn't won up there in 14 years.
Yeah.
And he went up there and got it done. That's his first ever start at a quarterback against them. I mean, leading them to that victory. And it takes that kind of a special guy. So
there no doubt will be a lot of nerves for him, right? I'm sure he had him in the Texas game, but this is now a level up just because of the atmosphere, what's on the line, and all those things. So hopefully we'll see him get settled early, right? Go to some things he's really comfortable with. Maybe some of those easy throws for him to ease him into the game because he's still a young guy at the end of the day, and he hasn't played on this type of stage just yet. And so that's what I'm hoping that we all see tomorrow is that he's efficient early, because if he doesn't, if there's a couple series where he's in and out and not playing cleanly and there's not a lot of connections to his playmakers, especially if Carnell isn't there, then maybe you have some doubt creep in. And so I think that's going to be important as well, is that they get Julian off to a nice start.
More breakdown bottom of the hour with Brady Quinn up next. Joe Burrow. Entertaining again, and entertaining hopes of something unbelievable. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the Fan.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
It's Happy Honda Days at John Hinderer Honda. Lease a 2026 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport for $199 a month for 36 months. Visit HindererHonda.com. Buy a vehicle and we'll donate a Thanksgiving dinner to a local family in need.
Tax, title, and registration extra 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents per mile. Over restrictions apply. See deal for details. Offer ends 12/1/25.
It's a great feeling doing business with John Hinderer Honda.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Billiards Plus has gifts for everyone. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, card tables, grills, and more. With professional delivery and installation, you'll beat the last-minute scramble. Reserve yours now. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday to get good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Shop early anytime this week and save on remote starters to warm yourself up, window tint to add style and privacy, and all things car audio to make your ride louder and better than the rest. Plus, check out deals on dash cams, Apple CarPlay, paint protection film, and more. Shop for yourself or everyone on your list at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road near Easton, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or online at columbuscaraudio.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I'm bowling 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you with high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. You know when you grow a beard or cut your hair and the mirror surprises each day, then it fades? Well, here's what doesn't fade. Seeing this thinner version of me staring back every single morning. 2 years after dropping 50 pounds with Awaken 180, I'm still doing a double take. And let me tell you, it feels awesome. Awaken 180 didn't just change my weight, it changed how I see myself, literally. I dropped my 50 pounds during the holidays. It's the best time to start, in my opinion. What's stopping you? Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, football fans, it's November in Ohio, and you know what that means. It's time to face that state up north in a battle to claim forgotten funds. Join us in the statewide challenge and visit com.ohio.gov/radio to help support Ohio's takedown of Michigan. The state with the most searches wins. Who knows? Unclaimed funds could help you buy a seat to the big game next year. Claim your money today at com.ohio.gov/radio.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll have a chance for scattered flurries and isolated snow showers throughout the day. Otherwise, skies will be partly sunny with daytime highs getting in the mid to upper 30s. And then for tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows down into the teens and low 20s. For Saturday, we do have a slight chance of snow showers in the afternoon. Otherwise, clouds will be increasing and daytime highs will be in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
Get 360 Bet365, the official online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Ice Bet365 time.
Let's get into it, because if you're a new customer at Bet365, I have good news for you, because all you're going to have to do is bet $5 and you're going to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger and better when you bet on spreads, totals, player props, or money lines. What you got your eye on today, big dog? There's a lot to choose from this weekend.
There's plenty. I mean, the safe stuff is the safe stuff for me. It's, I'd be parlaying some of the big money line favorites like IU tonight and Seattle Seahawks at home against my Vikes, and I'd dip into Ohio State against Michigan.
So the mental hedge parlay? Is that where?
Well, it's not entirely. If that was it, I'd be betting on Michigan, which I'm not. The A&M one is tricky. I don't know whether I want to dive into that one or the Bears-Philly this afternoon. You were talking about Caleb Williams running around.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like his over rushing yards of 20.5.
Okay.
I think that one's one that I would buy into, because that one, I think they're going to need him. Yeah. And I know that Jalen's certainly going to run. So I think he's going to want to prove a little something there, and he's going to have to. So that's it, probably, is Caleb over 20.5 rush.
Folks, keep an eye out as well for those Super Boost and Daily Boost over at Bet365. One of those bet boosts right now, as it goes away from my screen, I got to bring it back for you real quick. Okay, of course I lost it. Of course I did. All right,
why did you just tell me the boost you're interested in?
One of the bet boosts they got cooking up right now. Buy one wide receiver, get another one.
I like that one.
For free. It's
the problem is you got to lean to the team you don't think's.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
It's Philly AR on the money line to win the game.
I like that.
And it's both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to have 70 receiving yards in the game. This Bears secondary has been this year. And so I just like the value of plus 800.
I do too.
For this. So I'm going to rock with the buy one wide receiver, get one free bet boost at Bet365. Eagles on the money line, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, both having at least 70 receiving yards.
Go ahead. No, finish up, because I will polish this one off, and then I'll give you another one later.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply in app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
One guy can make all the difference. Joe Burrow's that guy. He is. You guys could have gotten off the field a half a dozen times, and every time you tried to, he put it on someone's hands. Mostly Jamar Chase. But I will tell you that he is an absolute difference maker. Now, you could tell me about the turnovers and that you're not winning games like that normally.
5 turnovers in the game. Crazy.
But you were in the game for most of the way. But the fact that dude's first game back, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 261 yards, and hit his good friend Jamar Chase 7 times for $110 at a 16 yards per average clip. And he found the other guys. I mean, got Chase Brown into it. I mean, it's a bad loss for you guys against him coming back.
Especially at home.
It's a really bad loss. Now, I don't know what the percentages are. I'm not buying into Cincinnati making all the difference. But I did say before yesterday, I understood why they want him to play this game and not chance it for New England. I felt like if he was ready to go against New England, you play and then you decide after that. But they are 4-8. And if they were able to win out, then they would be 9-8, just like the Brownies. They have to go to Buffalo. They'll get Baltimore at home. And then it's those 3 games that I pointed out when he got hurt. When he got hurt, week 2, I said just have 7 wins before you get to Miami. And they can't do that anymore. They could only have 6. So I'm not buying into that they're making it.
Yeah, just a really impressive dub for them. Just very curb stomped us yesterday. That's just what it was. Now they'll get their chance to get it back in Cincinnati here in a couple weeks. But yeah, the connection between Jamar and Joe, we've been watching going back to 2019. And so I was not surprised to see those guys hit the ground running, and especially Jamar Chase. Just every time he sees the Ravens goes off. It reminds me so much of A.J. Green. Like when we played against A.J. Green, you knew that he was probably going for 100 and a touchdown, and I feel the exact same way every time I see Uno out there for them. And so they'll get Higgins back. They'll get to travel into Buffalo. That's going to be an absolute banger of a game when you get Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. And so, yeah, Baltimore, it looked weeks ago like they were probably going to run away with this division. And now here they are scratching and clawing to maybe even get into the postseason, both the Ravens and the Chiefs. And Lamar is just... he's out of whack right now, man. He is just not playing well. I know he's got the injuries going on. In 3 games, he's been sacked 8 times. He can't run away from people. And so there's got to be some of that. That's real. But, yeah, they got to get their act together quickly because they may be on the couch watching the playoff games with us if they don't. And so, yeah, credit to the Bengals, man. They just handled business in an impressive way yesterday.
What about winning the division?
They're alive, man. They got to be, right?
Because they're only 2 wins back of both. Like, this isn't about, like, could they win the division at 9-8?
Got to get Baltimore and Cleveland. Those are the only divisional games left for them.
But those are very winnable now.
Baltimore, I believe, has the 1 against Cincinnati and then 2 against, TLC Steelers. So maybe that can be the difference. But it's always been a grind for Lamar, especially in Pittsburgh. And so the door is open for them. It is.
I think it's crazy to think about, but it's not out of the realm. Because the way in is the division.
Yeah, Joey B was right.
Joey would be right.
He was right.
And that's why I wish he would have tried to play the New England game, but I understand why this one was more important. But you start looking at that division, Steelers have a really tough schedule. Baltimore was the team that we all leaned to win the division. Now they just took them out. And if they beat them at home, they pick up another full game. Yeah. Like if this Sergeant Hulk with a big toe, if this thing doesn't re-aggravate.
Yeah.
Skies, I give them a chance. I was just trying to look up to see what the I'll get the odds for you.
While you're doing
That's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, while you're doing that, AR, we got to bring up this defense, too. Like, we dunked on them all off season for how horrendous last year was. And even early on this season, it was not good. But to me, the last couple of games, you just feel more resistance from this Bengals defense. And if that is legit, then you're talking about an offense that goes back to being really scary, especially when T comes back and Gesicki, and you saw, I think, was it Tanner Hudson yesterday with a nice touchdown grab, I think, in the corner of the end zone. And so that comes together, and those guys can stay healthy, but more importantly, Al Golden and his unit stay locked in the way that they were yesterday. Then you start talking about a team in Cincinnati that can get scary if they can get to the playoffs. So a lot of work to be done, but they had to have that one yesterday, and they did so.
Key was third downs. Cincinnati played third down. Cincinnati's defense played third down really well last night, and they deserved that part of it.
To your point, Ravens 3 of 10.
Okay, well, I knew it was bad.
3 of 10.
Yeah.
With 5 turnovers in the game. You ain't winning games at that level doing that.
And with Joe, converting third downs is a lot more possible now. I'll get to those odds before we check out because that's something to look at. If you're getting positive plus money on them, I know they have to win them all. And that's very difficult. But if they win the right ones along the way, which they'd have to, boy, that would be something else, man.
Because then you start getting into a conversation of if they get in, and we're looking at a playoff field that's New England, Indy,
they're the Dallas
Denver.
They're the Dallas of the AFC.
There's a lot of people that will start having confidence in what they can do because we're living in a world to where both Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes may not be in the postseason. And Josh Allen and the Bills ain't out of the woods just yet either. So this playoff field could look really, really strange to our eye without some of the big powerhouse names in it this year.
It's interesting you say that about Buffalo because they have to play Cincinnati.
Yeah. Right.
I know it'll be there, but
huge game for both.
Joe's the difference. All right, those are your pre-snap reads for today. We're going to come back in 2 minutes with our guy Brady Quinn, big noon kickoff on Fox Sports, the former All-American Golden Domer. And we'll ask him point blank, does Michigan have any edge in this game and how he feels about the mental side of it? Because that's where everyone feels that Michigan still has the edge. That's next in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Why settle for a cold burrito when you can get toasted at Hothead Burritos? Crispy golden on the outside, perfectly melted cheese on the inside. Create your burrito, quesadilla, or bowl and get it toasted at Hothead Burritos. Get up and get you some.
I love a good Hollywood casino party. Scotty Vegas here, and there are so many reasons to party on Sunday, December 7th with us. Watch the college football playoff bracket come out with us at noon. Watch the Browns, Bengals, and Steelers games all at 1 o'clock with us. Then parlay the great food, huge screens, and best big-time prizes at the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're watching. We're watching. Let's watch together. Sunday, December 7th at Hollywood Casino. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Pain has a way of stealing the moments that matter the most, especially during the holidays. It's not just your knees, back, or shoulder. It's time with family and friends. But 2026, that can all change with Your Body Remembers How to Heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. QC Kinetics here in Columbus believe relief doesn't have to come from surgery or pain pills. They use your own body's natural healing ability to repair and restore what's been lost, helping you move, live, and feel like yourself again. It's your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. QC Kinetics deliver long-term relief. Finally, make the new year your turning point where pain stops defining you. It's time to take that step literally. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. Schedule your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Now's a great time to use your HSA and FSA. For treatment, go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Big Game Preview.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you.
All right, the Big Game Preview is none other than the game. Ohio State, now a 9.5-point favorite at Michigan on Saturday. A guy who's no stranger to rivalry games is our friend Brady Quinn, the former All-American at Notre Dame. Brady, great to have you. Let me start with this. What's the bigger rivalry on the set, Urban versus Portnoy or you versus Leinart?
Well, I don't think there's any bigger rivalry in all of college sports, maybe even all of sports, than Ohio State-Michigan. So I would say Urban versus Portnoy, even though it's a new one to our crew, but just having been around this game and seeing Woodson versus Meyer and the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, that is always trumped, I think, anything else out there in college sports.
Does it feel weird for you, even though with Leinart, because of, you go back to the Bush push and all of that, the games that he had, I guess he came out on top more times than not against you and Notre Dame, but how does it feel on rivalry weekend to be next to a guy that you were so heated with?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've built a relationship kind of past that now professionally, both working in broadcasting. I mean, he got the better of me back when we were in college. It was actually funny. We both went out to work out for the Seattle Seahawks back in 2013 when Pete Carroll was the coach. And they actually made it a competition where him and I threw throw for throw, and they were going to pick between one of the two of us to sign. And he didn't get picked. And so I've kind of always hung that over his head, which my comment to him has always been, hey, man, my coach would have never picked you over me. I was like, but you're a coach, pick me over you. So you could have those games back. Like, that was kind of the nail in the coffin to me on that whole debate. So he really hasn't said much since then. But we've got a good relationship. We kind of both been raising families together, transitioning out of football into broadcasting together. And so it doesn't get brought up quite as much as it used to. And hell, it might not be brought up much anymore because USC doesn't seem to want to continue the rivalry with Notre Dame.
Yeah, no doubt. BQ, let's get into the game, man. Good to hear from you. We talked about this game all week long, talked about it in so many different ways. As you've analyzed these teams all year long leading in to this one, what is the most important matchup you think in this game?
Well, it's got to be the trenches, right? I mean, that's what's ultimately won this game in the past. Then who's won the rushing attack and who could stop the run. And I think in part because, Michigan's, they're not so much as one-dimensional as they were last year, but when you look at their passing attack, it's definitely still a work in progress. They've got a true freshman quarterback in Bryce Underwood who's incredible. And he's developed a nice chemistry with Andrew Marsh, their freshman wide receiver. He's now their leading receiver, and in fact, one of the tops in all of college football since about the beginning of October. So that's really started to develop, and they've had to utilize that in part because they played some tight games over the last month. But this is still a Michigan team that wants to run the football, that wants to beat you up in the trenches, and wants to force you to have to run the football against them effectively in order to win. I mean, they want to play this game in a phone booth. They don't want to have to get in a situation where they leave Jeremiah Smith or Carnell Tate isolated in one-on-one coverage, or even Max Clare for that matter, and see what their odds are of winning this game. And they surely don't want to get in a shootout with Ohio State, who has proven to be the much better offensive team and higher-powered offense in general. So this game is one that's going to be one in the trenches like it always has. Weather could play a little bit of a factor, right? I think when you look at both quarterbacks, you've got one that grew up in the Michigan area. You've got one that's a SoCal kid. I'm not sure what the coldest game Julian Sands maybe played it. It might have been last week. It depends on how that looks and how that goes. I remember being up there when C.J. Stroud started a couple of years ago. You could tell early on in warm-ups, he didn't overly look comfortable. I think he got better as the game wore on, but there was definitely an adjustment period through warm-ups and into the first half before he went out there. It's different if you are not overly accustomed to playing in these sorts of conditions. So that's definitely going to play a factor as well.
You brought up the weather, and that's where I wanted to go with you next, but I wanted to ask you about your confidence in the Buckeye run game. If they can't go to the air the way that they're used to going to the air with Carnell and Julian and Max Clare, have you seen enough from this Buckeye run game that they could consistently do that and find a way to win via the run?
I think they can, and it's for two reasons. I mean, one, I think Julian's a better athlete. People give him credit. I wouldn't even be shocked if he doesn't find a way to keep the ball a few times in this game. But also, because I don't know that Michigan's defensive front is as good as it was just a year ago. I mean, those two interior players at defensive tackle were phenomenal. And you don't have that quite as much from them, at least in my opinion. And so I think because they don't have those one-on-one matchups, Wink Martindale, their defensive coordinator, is going to be tasked with saying, do we put an extra body down around the line of scrimmage? If we do that, we can't double Jeremiah Smith, who was somewhat limited last year in this matchup. So it's going to be a bit of a schematic stressor, I think, to what Michigan wants to ultimately do in this matchup. So I am confident that Ohio State can run the football and be effective in that way, because it's not just, Jeremiah Smith to worry about. It's also Carnell Tate. It's also Max Clare. We kind of saw, him go off last week too. And I think he's going to be a key piece in that passing game and everything off the play-action pass. And look, this might be one, too, where you see Ohio State open up and saying, we're not going to try to win, play your game, Michigan, and we're not going to try to win the running battle. We're going to start throwing the football, and we're going to, utilize some play-action pass. And off of that, it might open up some things where you guys get beat by a few big plays, a couple touchdowns, and now they've got to start respecting that, that passing attack, and that opens up for a lighter box to run the football.
He's our friend Brady Quinn, the former record-setting All-American quarterback at Notre Dame. He's on the Big Noon Kickoff for the game on Fox, and he's with us now courtesy of the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I think you brought up something very important. I pointed this out for weeks. Ryan Day loves to call play action even on first down. He's heard the narrative for a year that he coached timid in last year's game, but that would be counterintuitive to what he's done this year, which is he takes what the defense gives him. He's got a young quarterback. He didn't want to put too much on him, and if there's the little 8-yard out, he'll take it. And so the question is, does he go away from that to kind of force aggressiveness because he has some regret from last year?
I don't know that he's going to look at last year, and just from my conversation with him a week ago, I don't know that he's going to look at that and base anything off of that outside of the fact that we didn't execute and do the things they needed to do, in particular in the fourth quarter, in order to win that game, right? I think that's all you really take from that. And I think if there's one other thing that I would look for in this game is, again, he's not going to try to play the game that Michigan has forced him to play the last 4 years. And that's, try to win the rushing battle and put all your emphasis on that as being the thing you need to do in order to win. Ohio State doesn't need to do that with this passing attack and as efficient as Julian Sand is in order to win. So I think it's going to be a number of things. I think play action, like I said, in the passing game early this game will happen often, and I think it will help open up some things. I also think on the flip side, this Michigan defense, it's been interesting to watch in the last 5 weeks or so. They kind of had to come to Jesus moment where they felt like they were pressuring way too much early in the season. That actually ended up leading to some big plays and getting out of the run gap integrity that allowed some big plays in the running game, too, against various opponents. And Wink Martindale's really calmed down some of the pressure that they've brought. But I know that was an internal thing that they battled. It's something that has even played a little bit of a factor in some of the personnel that they've used. But I don't know that I expect Michigan to use quite as much pressure as we saw maybe in the first half of the season. I think they feel like they can win the one-on-one matchups when they do decide to play man-to-man and play more of a sound defense and see if they can't force Ohio State to make some mistakes as opposed to trying to bring a bunch of pressure where they can open up or invite the opportunity for Ohio State to play make some big plays behind some of those pressures.
So Justice Haynes was a really good pickup for Michigan coming out of the portal, as you know. Doesn't look like BQ he's going to go in this one, but Jordan Marshall, it sounds like there's some positivity around his availability for this game. Going from Haynes to Marshall, do you see much of a change to their offense and how they go about the run game going from Haynes to Marshall? Or are you seeing similar things?
No, similar things. I mean, look, I don't think it's so much about Jordan Marshall, because even Kuzdal, when he stepped in, and he's kind of the third back, he's been a guy that they've leaned on. Bredesen, the fullback, will be questionable for this one. It sounds like he's got an injury that's somewhat serious. But again, it's this sort of game that you go to Michigan or you go to Ohio State for. So it sounds like Bredesen, may be playing in this one just to try to get that fullback personnel in there for some of their run game. But I would say this, this really comes down to me. I said the trenches. Michigan's got 3 freshmen playing on that offensive line: left tackle, left guard, right tackle. And then you put Marshall in the backfield as well. Your quarterback's a freshman. Andrew Marsh is a freshman. There's a lot of freshman contributors on Michigan's offense. And I think this is a really, really big moment for them to find out, if they really know what this rivalry is all about and this matchup is all about. So I think that's a big-time edge for Ohio State, who started this season with some inexperience you'd maybe see on the defensive side of the ball. But, now, no one's really inexperienced in that regard. But I think you've got some guys for Michigan who are still kind of, settling into those roles that again, they're going to be leaning on heavily, whether it's Marshall or Marsh in the passing game. They're going to be leaning on heavily for some production. So the only thing I think changes with this rushing attack, even though Haynes has been out, he's been out for a while now, is how much they run Underwood. I would suspect him to run the football a minimum of 10 times in this game. If he doesn't, that's on Chip Lindsey, their offensive coordinator, who I think has struggled to get him into a rhythm this year. But I would suspect that this is a be-all, end-all game for Michigan. If they don't win this, they don't even have a shot at the Big Ten championship, but they're surely not in the playoffs. So I would expect Underwood to keep the football, run the football, a little bit more quarterback design runs for him.
Sounds good, my man. This was great. Always enjoy the breakdown. Dress warm, and we will see you on the tube on Saturday.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. That's Brady Quinn, Big Noon Kickoff, Fox Sports, Dublin native with us. The Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Hey, we love Bet365 around these parts because they have great deals. And for new customers, they got an awesome deal right now that's waiting for you. So hop on this thing, folks, because all you got to do is bet $5 and you are going to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. You were looking at some stuff for the Bengals.
So you go over to football and you click on it on Bet365, and then you can go to futures. And futures brings up to win the conference, to win the division, regular season wins, regular season awards. You can bet on everything. It's great. And I did slide down to Cincinnati. There's a hair more value than I thought there would be.
Okay.
So they're 10-1 to make the playoffs. Can't quit these
worth a sprinkle.
Damn guys.
Worth a sprinkle.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think there's something there. You might be able to have fun and parlay that with something cross-sport, like cross to the NFL. Cross to college. If you're a Buckeye fan, you want to bet them to win the Michigan game. You can combine that with them winning the division and getting to the playoffs. That's incredible.
10-1. There it is. When you go over
to 12. Actually, here's the better bet, real fast. They're 12-1 to win the division. I would make that bet versus just getting into the playoffs.
I'm with you. When you go over to Bet365, keep an eye out for Daily Boost and Super Boost. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply in app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, stick close. Final score predictions, and we wrap it up next with a very, very good pep talk Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. An app only.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Billiards Plus has gifts for everyone. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, card tables, grills, and more. With professional delivery and installation, you'll beat the last-minute scramble. Reserve yours now. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. The holidays are here, and if you've got a collector in your life, you have to check out Midwest Cards. Thousands of packs and boxes from Pokemon to every sport you can name. It's a full-on collector's dream. Plus, they have signed jerseys and memorabilia that'll make any fan go crazy. The variety is awesome, and the selection legendary. So swing by Midwest Cards today, grab an epic gift or even a gift card, and watch your favorite collector's face light up this holiday season. Get to Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and our Black Friday sales event starts now. Lease a 2026 Toyota Corolla LE for only $199 a month for 39 months, now through December 1st at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit our website, TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky. $36.99 due at sighting with approved credit, tax title, and $387 doc fee not included. No security deposit required.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. You've invested in everything else this year. Have you invested in you? Awaken 180 is HSA and FSA approved. Why? Because it works. Make your tax-free investment in yourself pay you dividends every single day. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, The Ultimate OSU Football Insiders. You know it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Right now, get 50% off all window styles from Window Nation at windownation.com.
All right, so this is a lot of great movie pep talks. And I don't know how many coaches are truly into this. It feels like very romanticized in movies about the pep talk and running through the brick wall. And some guys may be able to pull it off at certain times. And so this was from over 25 years ago. And it was probably one of, if not the best pep talk. I think Herb Brooks in Miracle is up there. I think Kurt Russell's speech in that movie is maybe unmatched. And maybe because I like Miracle so much.
What about Daffy Duck's in Space Jam? It's pretty motivational, too.
Pretty strong. So this wasn't the greatest football movie. It really wasn't. It was okay. Yeah. It was trying to do a real-life version of football the way North Dallas 40 did it long, long time ago. And so you know the movie because you've seen it, and it's Any Given Sunday. And it's Al Pacino, and it's a fictitious team in Miami, and they were the Sharks, not the Dolphins. And they struggle, and they've lost some games, and the attendance is sliding, and their quarterback's 40. I don't know, maybe this is the Browns.
Jamie Foxx, right?
Yeah. And, Dennis Quaid
Jamie Foxx was
he was in the movie as well. He was the backup quarterback.
That's right, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so, but the one that's aging is Dennis Quaid. And so if this doesn't get you, I don't know what could get you. I think that it doesn't have to be a great movie for this to be one of the best football scenes. And so here's Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday to his team before they take the field.
I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that itch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that itch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you going to do?
I think it's as good as it gets. I think the music helps.
For sure.
I think seeing Jim Brown, the Jim Brown, as an assistant coach, just with his arms folded, not saying anything, is huge.
That speech, AR, takes me directly back to my high school days playing football because we played that speech every time we were about to leave the locker room. After we got done playing Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka and Lil Wayne and all that, that's how we ended every freaking session before we left that locker room. So, little goosebumps right there for me, man. That's what it's all about. Great stuff right there anytime I hear that speech.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
He also did
on 97.1 The Fan.
He also motivates us on several occasions.
Love it, man. Yeah. Love that we spun that.
There are some great football movies and some old ones that I love, like North Dallas 40 that I mentioned and
Waterboy.
No, I don't put that in my top 5, but anyway, All the Right Moves, and it's a good comedic football movie, but it's not like a football movie. But anyway,
Remember the Titans #1.
Yeah, so you've got that's what I'm saying. Like
Friday Night Lights,
like that,
Booby
right?
Mouth.
Yeah. So those are
some
outstanding.
Bangers. Some good ones. Man. Final thoughts real quick, AR.
Brady Quinn said, you got to run. If you're Michigan, you got to run Bryce Underwood a minimum of 10 times. So the answer to the question, well, has he done that yet this year? The answer would be no. He hasn't run it at least 10 times. He's been close. He's had some 8s and 9s, and his big games came against teams like Central Michigan running the football and Nebraska at Nebraska. He is running it more. Last 3 games, 7, 9, and 8, but no massive chunk plays. 12, 15, 8. He had a 37-yarder against Nebraska. This isn't about whether he runs a lot. This is about whether he gets chunk gains, in my opinion. And so I just don't see Michigan scoring enough points to beat Ohio State. And if that's Ryan Day's name of the game, then I do think you're going to get some field goals in this game. I don't think he's going to be ultra-conservative, but I don't think he's going to go you-know-what to the wall and feel like he has to force it. So I've got a couple of field goals for each, actually. I think whether the weather gets nasty or not in the second half is yet to be seen. We can't predict that yet. But this is one of those games where I feel like he'll take points early if he can get them, and he won't be ashamed to do it. If he gets into a 4th and 1, he's probably going to go for it, or 4th and 2, depending on the situation of the game. But I've gone back and forth. Before I saw the weather, I had this thing like, 31-13. Like I felt like it was they just run away from them eventually or hit some big plays. The mystery around the receivers and the weather and, of course, the game being on the road, I've got to at least be respectful of it. I know it's a throw out the records kind of thing, and I can't just completely say that Michigan won't show up in this game. But I've got Ohio State winning 27-13, both with a pair of field goals.
What's been on my mind all week long is two things.
Did I say Michigan? Ohio State winning, yeah.
Ohio State, yeah. Two things. Last 3 times we've seen the quarterbacks for Ohio State play in this game, they turned it over twice via interceptions. Stay clean, Julian. You should be okay. I just trust this Buckeye defense. When Michigan has racked up 350 yards or fewer of total yards in the game, they've been 0-2 this year. Ohio State's given up just north of 200 yards per game. Those 2 losses for Michigan, Oklahoma and USC, 2 of their biggest tests of the year. I got a similar score for you. I've got 24-13. Ohio State coming back to the city with a dub.
Yeah.
There it is. Hey, before we go, you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3, we'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. Bet365 is the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Adam Rittenberg joins at 3:30. They'll continue to get you ready for the game.
All right.
And I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavassier, which means that we are just about out of time.
Indeed. Pre-game show tomorrow.
6:30.
Tailgate for me at the casino. Have a great time. Be safe. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
It's finally here. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
We're talking about the Buckeyes and meat chicken all damn week. Join us, the Fan.